I'm about to start my segment up. My YouTube. All right. Nah. Oh, why you trying to think? Not no more. Hey, little cousin. Hey, little cousin. Hey, little cousin. GG, the dollars. I eat this Hold on. Skilla baby got shot. So we gotta play our music first. We're gonna have to play our song first before we get right. So right, because it's fucked up. It's fucked up in the world, Dada. So fucked.
Shit so fucked up, your own family might turn on you. Grandma say you been through some things, I hope they learn from you. Don't need no one to hold me down, cause I got myself. Who gon' be there to the end? I wonder who gon' ride for me, cause I've been riding by myself. I wonder who gon' slide for me. Lately I've been sliding by myself. Hey, see I'ma slide by myself till the wheels fall off. Niggas will ask you for a ride until the wheels fall off. But it's cool though, I know niggas ain't real. Got your back when you got money, after that these niggas chill. I called my partner phone the other day like niggas got me hemmed up. They call my phone to ask for money, when I call I ain't picking up. But it's cool cause I don't need no one to ride for me. Cause if I get caught by myself, bitch, I can't lie on me. Shit so fucked up, your own family might turn on you. Grandma say you been through some things, I hope they learn from you. Don't need no one to hold me down cause I got myself.
You heard? Can we get that back? Can we get that back?
Grandma say you been through
Skilla,
some
you alright, Skilla?
from you. Don't need no one to hold me down, cause I got myself. Who gon' be there to the end? I wonder who gon' ride for me, cause I've been riding by myself. I wonder who gon' slide for me. Lately I've been sliding by myself. Hey, see I'ma slide by myself till the wheels fall off. Niggas will ask you for a ride until the wheels fall off. But it's cool though, I know niggas ain't real. Got your back when you got money, after that these niggas chill. I called my partner phone the other day like niggas got me hemmed up. They call my phone to ask for money, when I call I ain't picking up. But it's cool cause I don't need no one to ride for me. Cause if I get caught by myself, bitch, I can't lie on me. Shit so fucked up, your own family might turn on you. Grandma say you been through some things, I hope they learn from you. Don't need no one to hold me down, cause I got myself. Who gon' be there to the end?
Yo, GG's, the Daughters, Aida, Scuba Dogs, learn from Scuba Steve, was criminal, y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his million march right here on YouTube. The Daughter, we conducted ourselves for the most highest. The Daughter likes what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. The Daughter, we gonna stay more on business than never. The Daughter, that's just what it is. GG, you heard? We can't manipulate the scene. The Daughter. So your boy, the Daughter, your boy, Skrilla baby from Detroit rapper, the Daughter. It's a war out there, and we're gonna dissect every little situation that we got going on, so we can get a nice little fucking opinion about what's going on, GG, and what's really happening on the west side of Detroit. Where I think right, the 8 miles to 8th west side of Detroit. We need some Detroit members up here, we need some Detroit members up here so they could tell us what's going on, in Detroit, GG. That's a fact. That's a finny, What really happened? What's going on in Detroit, Cause yo, that nigga is actually like a straight dude, Like when I seen him on the stream and shit, he seems cool. He don't seem like he's too much, He let people turn up on him, He in a situation that he actually too tough for his own good, You heard? It's not a situation like that, GG.
Markers marking shell casings. Now we understand this is described as sort of a drive-by, possibly targeted shooting.
Good time about was about to nigga. Period. I was about to beat. Since everybody know anyway, nigga, I was about to beat ass. Beat out you, nigga. Swear to God.
Everybody here, bro. I'm gonna risk it. None of that. CMO, worry about it, don't worry about it. Any nigga ain't none of that. Nigga. Yeah, shout out my SB niggas too. Wait. I'ma fuck me. Hey, put the light on that bitch. Let me see how hard it is. Let me see how hard it is. That's the reason. All eyes being a cash is oh, shit.
On May 22, 2025, Trevon Skilla Baby Gardner was driving eastbound on 8 Mile near Beach Daily when gunmen opened fire. According to local reports, the vehicle was sprayed with bullets. Skilla was grazed twice in the head and back and shot in the hand. Paramedics rushed him to a nearby hospital. Detroit News confirmed he was alert and expected to be okay. This was a targeted drive-by shooting, police say, the latest eruption of Detroit's violence spilling over onto its hip-hop stars. As Redford police scoured the crime scene, investigators found dozens of shell casings and bullet holes. No suspects were immediately identified. Skilla Baby, a rising figure in Detroit rap, survived, but the attack underscored the dangers shadowing his ascent. Born Trayvon Gardner in 1998, Skilla Baby grew up on Detroit's west side. A gifted athlete and artist, he earned a childhood nickname, Skills, on a basketball court. But everything changed when he was 15. His father, the strict disciplinarian who had kept him focused on school and sports, died suddenly. Overnight, Skilla was forced to grow up without college or pro basketball prospects. Trayvon poured himself into music. He held full-time jobs from fast food to retail and even dabbled in street hustles to buy beats and studio time. In his own words, I worked a job. I can't be in the streets because I had a job. It's just something I had to do. His grind finally caught the ear of Detroit veterans. Local star Sada Baby took him under his wing, giving the young rapper exposure to the city's rap network. By 2019, Skilla Baby was independent.
Oh, Dada, like, I don't know too much about Skilla Baby situation or the beef or whatnot, Dada, who might want to take him out or whatever the case may be. But if you're hanging with Sada Baby, Dada, don't Sada Baby got who Sada Baby beefing with? Ain't he warring with someone? Rizzo or something? He's warring with someone. Who they ruling with? Dada? Is the east side warring with the west side over there? Like, what's going on?
Independently releasing mixtapes. His debut, Push That Shit Out, Skilla dropped that year. His breakout track, Womack, and collaborations like Carmelo Bryant with Sada Baby began turning heads. In 2022, he signed with Geffen Records and dropped Weed the Most, his major label debut album. Skilla's voice, blending gritty street tales with melodic hooks, quickly won him a following. He rapped alongside Detroit heavyweights, even nailing standout verses on Cash Doll's Old Boy and Peasy's 2 Million Up remix. These tracks tied him loosely to Peasy's Cash Gang crew, a dominant force in the local scene. Skilla's rising fame also put him on a collision course with the law. In the summer of 2024, he took to Instagram claiming Detroit PD was harassing him at every turn. In a viral video, he complained of a single officer, Lieutenant Rue. He said, "Always get me kicked out of events," by calling him a gang member and even a murderer.
But Lieutenant Dale Rue, this man crazy, make me feel I'm scared to get pulled over by that man. I think he gonna do something to me for real. He crazy. Like, police got some crazy power. Then this yesterday, like, why every time Lieutenant Rue is at an event, I always get shut down. Like, they shut my stage down. Like, he's crazy, bro. And I'm just saying that to say, like, bro, I do gun buybacks. I do meet and greets. I do free concerts at home. I buy shoes for the kids. I do back to school events. I do toy giveaways, toy drives. I just pour into my city. Like I got people records expunged. I get houses away, like, and they don't respect.
If they do that, if they just harass you, Skilla Baby, Dada, you feel like the law enforcement harass you, Dada, and all that, Dada, more or less, Gigi, all you got, like, for you, like, what you, like, if you feel like they're harassing you, Gigi, Dada, you know what I'm saying? Like, the law, I feel like the law, Dada, they just want clout. You know what I'm saying? They just want clout. So give them some good clout. All you gotta do is just go around them, Dada, make a music video with them, Dada, do something. They just want clout, Dada. Give them what they want, Dada. They just want a little bit of clout, Dada. You like, yo, nigga, like, you ain't gotta arrest me to get clout, Dada. I'll give you more clout than what you could have, Dada, if you could just think. You gotta understand, it's only internet, Dada. You give them some clout, Dada. It is what it is, Dada.
Like, I'm only 25. Like,
where the police denied colluding to shut him down, but later that year, Skilla's claims appeared vindicated. In September 2023, Detroit's Metro Times reported that Skilla's all-ages birthday concert at the historic Masonic Temple was mysteriously canceled at the last minute. Organizers said city officials cited gangbanging and gun violence as reasons to pull the plug. Skilla publicly called the allegations lies. Skilla Instagram video went up to Masonic and told him I was a gangbanger, knowing damn well I wasn't a gangbanger. His manager, Isai Juan, told Metro Times the police showed fake videos of Detroit shootings to scare the venue into canceling the show. It was basically a bunch of lies. If we have this show, they were going to come and shut it down. Under pressure, the concert eventually moved to a different venue, but the episode cemented Skilla's image as an artist under siege by the system. On the streets of Detroit, music and beef often run hand in hand. Skilla Baby found himself navigating those dangerous waters as well. He surrounded himself with allies, his own crew, We Eat the Most, represented by a tent emoji, and industry friends like fellow Detroit artists. Notably, in July 2023, Skilla even helped broker a moment of détente among local rivals. Photos on his Instagram show Skilla linking up with T Grizzly and Sada Baby, two rappers who had been feuding for years, and celebrating that amends and amen had been made. In one post, Skilla joked, "I don't know why these two random NGAs keep jumping in my pictures." At the same time, Skilla's entourage put him in the crosshairs of established crews. By collaborating with Peasy and Babyface Ray, he was loosely associated with Peasy's Cash Gang, which has its own rivalries, for example, with Detroit's Money Counter Mafia and other street sets. On the opposite side, young rivals like GMO Stacks, affiliated with Peasy's Camp, and YB and Lil Bro have traded barbs with Skilla on social.
Listing your vacation rentals on
Now
Booking.com.
we gonna get some insight. Now we getting some insight. They traded some bars. Now we gonna get some insight, Dada. We gonna get some real insight, Dada. Bro, this music shit, Dada, getting out of hand, bro. This music shit is getting out of hand, bro. Like, it's just music, GGs. It's music, Dada. We can't be.
Everybody here, everybody here,
Good time about was about to nigga. Period. I was about to be. Since everybody know anyway, nigga, I was about to be.
Why can't somebody be like, yo, y'all niggas argue about fucking nothing, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Keep it like, y'all niggas argue about nothing. Put your pride over there. Everybody gonna want to be tough. Everybody want to be things. Everybody's gonna have to hit a quarter real quick. Woosah, and get together. Fuck all the bullshit. Fucking couple of arguments and arguing about this and that, leading to fuck all that. Go handle situation with the people that you actually got problems with. You don't gotta fucking envy certain shit to handle situation with people who have some type of different type of disagreement, and then you still kind of got some malady, like you're not fucking with the nigga because you kind of got some, you know what I'm saying? He's a rapper, like you can't do that, Fuck all that, bro. There's 8.8 billion people in the world, you know what I'm saying? Get together, get it right, GG. You know what I'm saying? It's big enough. The world's big enough for everybody, bro. They make it small, but the world's big enough for everybody. You not think illogical. Go see the world. A lot of the world, ain't even got cribs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Look at that shit, but we just secluded in certain parts of the world,
Out you, nigga. Swear to God.
None of that. CMO, where everybody, don't worry. Everybody, any nigga ain't none of that, nigga. Yeah, shout out my SB niggas too. Wait, I'ma fuck me. Hey, put the light on that bitch. Let me see how hard it is. Let me see how hard this shit. All eyes being a.
Local rap forums noted that Skilla even released a diss track aimed at them, though none of this violence has been documented in mainstream outlets. In interviews, Skilla plays up the tension of Detroit scene, but keeps his personal diplomacy front and center. As he told one host, numbers-wise, Eminem might be the city's best-known rapper, but in Detroit, nobody says it. Everybody here has had their turn as the top dog. As of spring 2025, Trayvon Skilla Baby Gardner lay recovering in the hospital. His head grazed, hand.
Damn, GG. Damn, he gave Eminem the highest thing, but no one in the city don't say it, because they haven't seen Eminem, and they probably can't relate to some of Eminem's music. I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe certain shit, but Eminem got some fire ass shit, GG. Like, on the Renegade shit, on the 50 Cent shit, like, he got some crazy ass shit, so we know he could spit, but, you know, it's not a diss or anything. So, Please, Dada, don't take him thing if he's just being honest, Dada. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's his train of thought.
In bandage, he survived the late night ambush on 8 Mile. Police continue to investigate the shooting, but as of now, no motive or suspects have been publicly named. Meanwhile, Skilla's incendiary experiences, canceled shows, public feuds with police, and near-death violence have made him a symbol of Detroit's turbulent hip-hop underbelly. Detroit's streets are full of stories, a local DJ remarks off camera, and Skilla Babies is one of the rawest yet told. For now, viewers are left with more questions than answers. Who pulled the trigger that night? Will Skilla carry out his threats against the Detroit Police Department? How will he respond to enemies and allies now circling around?
And then look at how the people implicate him. That when he carry out his threats to police department, why you gotta say shit like that? He ain't even coming out the police department. He say he's scared of the police department now. A certain cop is trying to scare him, but y'all so you know the police department ain't trying to fucking, they don't give a fuck what's going on with him, You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. You see what happens?
The first act of Skilla Baby's side.
You can't clean dirt with dirt, So, you know what I'm saying? Just because you don't like this thing, it doesn't mean that you ain't about to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't doing what you gotta be doing, You gotta do what you gotta do, Everybody's doing what they gotta do, So it is what it is, bro. But y'all keep saying that he's beef with the police department, he's beef with these people, and damn, you're putting bad energy on them.
Saga has ended, but the next chapter, already playing out on the city street corners, promises even higher stakes. Skilla Baby's story was born in Detroit, but by late 2023, the world outside the Motor City was knocking at his door. Even high-profile East Coast figures started paying attention. Leaked text showed Detroit scene outsider Lil Meech, the actor from 50 Cent's BMF series, whining that 50 Cent was managing Skilla Baby with Rocket after Meech himself introduced Skilla to 50 Cent. In the cryptic Instagram DMs, Lil Meech fumed. They just told me you unfollow me on Instagram and now you managing Skilla Baby, implying Skilla had drawn G Unit's focus. The exchange went viral, painting Skilla as a rising star catching the eyes of rap's elite. Industry heavyweights were circling. As a press release would later note, Jack Harlow.
Oh, I didn't even know that, Dada. I didn't even know that, Dada. You talking about Skilla Baby, Dada. So you're managing Skilla Baby now, 50, Dada. Now he gets popped up, Dada. He's about to go off from here, Dada. Now he's about to go off from here, but damn, he got popped up, Dada. Man, it's just Skilla Baby. Damn, that's fucking different. That's different, GG.
Harlow even name-checked him on the one single Lovin' On Me, and his track Mama with Rob 49 and Tay B charted on urban radio. Skilla racked up signs from big names, Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Offset, Travis Scott, Lil TJ, City Girls, and more, fueling his climb beyond Detroit. He toured with Offset and Travis Scott and even signed to Geffen Records, an LA label, in 2022, a far cry from shooting video.
You've always loved making things.
That's different right there, Dada. That's different.
Camcorder in Detroit. All this cemented him not just as a local hero, but as a national figure. This wasn't idle gossip. It signaled the kinds of relationships Skilla was building outside Detroit's borders, a mentorship rumor with G Unit, and working with citywide hitmakers. In April 2024, BET named him an amplified artist, crediting 300 million streams and 111 million video views, and highlighting collaborations from City Girls to Rilo Rodriguez. His single Babe was even dubbed a female empowerment anthem after City Girls tapped him for the club banger Gorgeous, prove his Detroit flow could rock Atlanta, Miami, or anywhere. But Skilla's biggest stage was the internet itself. His social media presence exploded with raw, unfiltered moments. A fight caught on video at Detroit's Ford Field became a viral spectacle. During a concert, Skilla slapped fellow rapper GMO Stacks. Then dozens of men chased and jumped him on camera dollar. Instead of hiding, Skilla leaned into it. On his Instagram story, he rapped, "Jumping me 30 deep, only make me look bigger," boasting that the label would splash the footage on every vlog. He laughed that the viral clip would just make me richer. A tense scene turned promotional fodder in an instant. That gritty bravado defined his online image. Fans flooded his streams, even headline.
Damn, niggas trying to take this nigga out, Dada. Detroit ain't fucking with Skilla Baby no more, Dada. He got 50 Cent managing him, Dada. They ain't having that. They're like, yo, don't have 50 Cent managing you, GG. Yeah, but 50 Cent fucks with him.
Hungry gossip sites noted the viral story of Skilla abandoning a molester at a show in Milwaukee. Live on stage, he berated a fan who rubbed his chest, later revealing with a laugh that a girl once stuck her whole hand in his pants during the show. Today, his online reach is undeniable. BET noted he hit nearly 300 million streams across platforms. His live stream, every backstage photo, built an army of fans hanging on his every word and jab. Social media isn't just hype for Skilla, it's battleground and soapbox. He'll playfully instigate jokes like a mock baddies boxing match at a block party just to make a clip, or flip a fan's roast into a winning comeback. The digital streets are real streets to him, and Skilla knows how to dominate the talk. And what is he saying in all those bars? Delve into Skilla's lyrics and you find layers of truth. He raps about working day jobs and hustling by night, not for bragging but survival. On Trevor, named after his father and given name, he spits, "They want to see me work till I break down / come home from work, sell work that I break down, laying bare the grind of making ends meet in the hood." In Mystical, his first breakout, he promises, "I put it down for the hood, stacking every dollar I remember. We was Buzz / L's, filled the..."
Then that's whack, because a lot of hood niggas that actually, you know what I'm saying, never really lived the same life as him. They're gonna hate on him because they're gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying, maybe he's type mediocre type shit, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe, you know what I'm saying, he was, you know what I'm saying, working, but that ain't got nothing. Grind's a grind, You go for where you at, and who you are, GG.
You still getting into beefs with local artists that will never be on your level. Unfortunately, in the case of rapper Skilla Baby, it was this type of local activity that might have gotten almost smoked in a crazy drive-by shooting on 8 Mile that literally got him inches away from death after almost getting shot in the head. Bro made a song a couple months ago literally saying, "I'm having fun. If y'all have a gun, I know I'm safe." Literally begging his ops to do something. Then fast forward 2 months later, and now we got this wild footage from a drive-by shooting today that came out that apparently targeted him while shooting a music video. While his status is unknown, we do know that he got shot multiple times, crashed his car into a wall, and apparently sustained a graze to his head. Obviously, the people who did this wanted him dead, but the beef behind this crazy incident is honestly something I have never seen before. With self-snitching lyrics, literally name-dropping real-life murders and shootings that somehow dodged the mainstream up until this point. Man, today we got to get into the crazy beef that almost took out Skilla Baby right now. Before we do, gang, I need you to do something for me, man. Drop what you're doing, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so whenever I post, y'all tap in. We just dropped some new fire merch for the low, man. Tees for the super low. I'm talking tees are literally the breadcrumbs. Honestly, in the saddest way possible, this shooting wasn't a big surprise the way Skilla was moving. So let's tap in with chapter 1. I've been watching Skilla Baby for the last several years as a fan, and I thought for a minute now that bro was moving kind of iffy, and that's an understatement. Today was just a reminder of how treacherous the streets can be, especially when you're a well-established rapper, but are still in and out of the trenches like it's regular. Bro mad famous, but time and time again be getting into terrible situations in Detroit and places he has no business being. First, it was getting robbed at a sus studio when he was already pretty well known. Now, it's being posted on treacherous 8 Mile Road in a recognizable car, literally almost dying. It's honestly crazy because Skilla Baby has been rapping for a minute, but it seems like he started to get his mainstream success really from songs with the ladies. At the same time, bro is sort of a low-key good influence, being one of the few sober rappers that doesn't smoke or drink, and a lot of times literally tries to promote a positive lifestyle for his fans, and especially people within the city. Like literally a couple days ago, bro gave a prayer saying that he was only trying to promote positivity up until this point.
Dear Lord, today I will be using my platform to pray, and since you put that on my heart, I will not be disobedient. I will obey you. I know I serve an on-time
While
God.
his image portrays this side of him, you might totally miss a big glaring beef going on within the west side of Detroit, which he has shed light on in a number of diss tracks and IG disses that has apparently had blood spilled on both sides. While it's not 100% that this beef could have put him inches away from death, the way that Skilla Baby was moving and dissing definitely has people pointing fingers towards a beef with other rising rappers that are trying to make a name for themselves in an unforgiving city. But to understand how things got this bad, where multi-platinum rappers are almost getting gunned down in broad daylight, you have to take a step back and understand the war on the West Side. So let's get into it. Skilla Baby, born Trevon Gardner, is one of the most recognizable artists in the D right now. His last 2 years have seen him skyrocket in popularity, not just in Detroit, but nationwide, gaining him over 1.4 million monthly listeners and several hits. With humble beginnings coming out the west side of Detroit, it's honestly a miracle that he's gotten to this level of success. And bro was looking to continue his success and keep building his career before this shooting, which will definitely sideline him for the next couple months. Skilla Baby first rapping in 2016, looking up to Meek Mill and Lil Wayne. He happened to start rapping at the perfect time with the rise of T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, and Sada Baby. He was able to build his own wave with his consistency and different vibes coming with love songs. His songs basically got him a cold fan base of all baddies and pretty much the girls in love with bro, but he still makes hard songs too. While it was all R&B and love songs to the outside world, he was still from the west side and was apparently affiliated with a clique called 2M's. 2M's, aka Too Many Slimes, Too Many Slats, is an active clique on the west side that got into it with another west side gang commonly known as DWBI, aka Don't Worry About It, or YBN. The biggest artists are on the come up too, like YBN Lil Bro and GMO Stacks, getting hundreds of thousands of views in their videos. Over the last year or so, Skilla has been dissing them heavy on IG, posted up where they live, as well as dropping an insane diss track, personally name dropping them, saying his gang put belt to ass against the ops. Crazy thing is, there might be some truth to that in a wild shootout that left one YBN member dead and two 2M's members possibly facing life in prison, and that could have been get back that resulted in this shooting that we see today. So we gotta get into the shooting of YBN Risky right now.
Yeah, oh, damn, they breaking this shit down, the Dada. They breaking this shit down. GG, she's getting a little bit.
And surrounded and killed in broad daylight on Woodward Avenue near Seward. 9:15 just outside of Exotic Liquor here. That's when the victim was getting on his bicycle. A dark vehicle pulled up according to police. 4 men exited and began firing.
Numerous shots. They then got back in the vehicle and then fled southbound Woodward.
Detroit police searching for the 4 suspects described as wearing dark clothing. Together, they fired more than 30 rounds. The victim, in his 30s, never stood a chance.
So it appears that he was targeted. This wasn't a random act on the individual.
Detroit Police Commander Matthew Fulgenzi says detectives are pursuing leads aggressively. Exotic Liquor is a green light location, so police are working with the business to review surveillance footage. A possible motive not known.
2M's and DWBI have been at it for years, but things got way more complicated after a shooting in January 2025 that took out a YBN member named Risky. Just a couple months ago, Skilla Baby would literally name drop the killers as Tay722 and Sax and say YBN was getting belt to ass in the most crash out way possible. At the same time, 2 teen boys would completely lose freedoms forever, and another family would be left to bury their family member in a shocking broad day shooting. On January 28th, YBN member Risky, aka Jethro Kendrick III, would get up bright and early and head to a party supply / liquor store on Woodward Avenue at around 9 a.m. Little did he know, he was getting followed by a sedan full of 4 people just waiting for him to put his guard down. As he stepped out of the store, 2 men out of the car would pull up on him and instantly gun him down. At first, there was no leads in the situation, but several months later, police would name Keontae Kamari Weddington and Elijah Sanders, aka Tay722 and Stack, as the shooters, and those teams would be arrested on February 21st. Weddington and Sanders have both been charged with first-degree murder and felony with a firearm. If convicted, they face the possibility of spending the rest of their life.
Skilla Baby might have to just, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, it might be time for you to just, you know what I'm saying, move along, the Dada, you know what I'm saying, go to another city, the Dada, go where, you know what I'm saying, we understand that's just, you know what I'm saying, you grew up there. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you should be there, but you could be anywhere, the Dada, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're safe. You got to stay more aware because it's a war outside, the Dada. It's a war outside.
In prison. Like I said, this beef has been extremely federal, extremely self-snitching, with whole diss tracks literally dropping, saying, putting Risky ass in the air, I had to take that risk. Like, how Tay literally dropped that a couple weeks after this actual shooting is beyond me. Like, bruh, how you smoke someone and literally name drop them in a song saying you literally killed them and thought it was gonna be all good? It's straight fried. But I mean, they are literally kids born in 2007, so I'm not really surprised surprise. And apparently it was the feds that were tapped into the music too, because these dudes were both arrested in like 3 business days after the shooting and are literally seen on camera in 4K. Bruh, if that self-snitching weren't enough, Skilla Baby had to entertain this beef himself and dropping a diss track literally a couple days before they would get arrested. That aged terribly after today, which we're gonna get into in chapter 3. Diss track gone wrong. A couple of days before Tay and Sax would get arrested, Skilla Baby would drop the song Freaky Pit, which would accomplish a world record of self-snitching within a 3-minute and 17-second video. Bro would literally name drop several DWBI members, claiming that GMO Stacks was
GG, what's up, boy?
What's poppin', GG, the daughter?
What's poppin'?
What's criminated done?
Shit, you already know what's going on, man. Survivor of Skilla Baby. Huh? Survivor of Skilla Baby, man.
Yeah, it's a war outside, done. It's a war outside, done.
Everywhere, boy. Everywhere.
I mean, niggas can't be riding so loosely, Dada, when you understand that you're going back and forth with certain situation and certain people happen to pass away, Dada. You should. Why would people think it's still a game?
The thing about it is, when you used to see him on interviews and shit like that, he keep a vest on. He was telling the world that he going through an everyday walk. Every day, he used to keep a vest on. Every time you see him pop up, he got a vest on, bro. Every time. So,
also, Skilla Baby is traveling around vest up and all that shit.
I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. I've seen him on plenty of things. He do a little freestyle shit or whatever. When he riding his car, that nigga got a vest on, dog. Every time. Every time. Cause he do those little skits and shit where he be rapping and whatever. And you know, every time he was up on that bitch, he had his vest on. So I hope he had that bitch on this time too. For real.
I mean, he got shot in the arm, right? In the head and the back. So I doubt it. Because the back
it would never went through if he had the vest on. He got shot in the head. Why is he being seen? Oh my God, why they like playing like, oh, nigga ain't gonna run me out my city. Bro, that ain't even about that. It's being strategic. It's being aware. It's being ready to not put yourself in situations like that, bro. Come on. Damn. Being hard and naive, boy. I would say all balls, no brains. Yeah, you got big balls, but you got no brains.
And come to find out that you know what I'm saying? Not that it got anything to do with it, but a lot of people, you gotta understand that like you're going against the grind, right? You're going against the grind, and boom, Little Meech was managing Skilla Baby too, and then 50 Cent started managing him after the situation started too, so you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he put himself in the middle of that fight like that?
Yeah, he put himself over there, and that too, you know what I'm saying? That don't got nothing to do with it, but it just gives it more of a fuck, it amplifies it, you know what I'm saying? The whole situation. Yeah. Oh yeah, this nigga don't like you either, you know what I'm saying? It amplifies the whole situation, GG. So that's what happened, but 50 fucks with M, so a lot of people fuck with Eminem too in the city, ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about M, but it gets like that. You know what I mean? It gets like that, GG.
Putting belt to ass. The craziest thing bro would say in the song would be that he doesn't have to worry about nothing if members of DWBI had guns because they weren't going to shoot anything. Bro literally spent the second half of the song begging and pleading to get hit up. I've honestly never seen anything like this before. Bro literally name dropping, egging people on like these dudes don't have anything to lose. Bro, a whole multi-platinum rapper but still can't get past the street stuff. And as you see in the shooting that went down today, it was this which caught up to him tenfold when he was almost gunned down himself, which we're going to get into in the final chapter, 8 Mile Drive-By.
8 Mile Drive-By,
8 Mile Drive-By, famous 8 Mile. Famous 8 Mile. What you say, GG?
Why the fuck niggas ain't riding around like white people don't get a bulletproof cars, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, if you got beef, you got no paper.
Yeah.
You got beef, you got no paper, my nigga, man. Everything gonna be bulletproof. I ain't gonna be out. Nigga, I'm gonna be in the back seat of somewhere in some dark ass tent secured. What do you mean? What are you talking?
That shit don't even work like that. That shit don't be working because you know what I'm saying. That should be going. That should be happening with that. So It's a situation. It's a whole situation, GG.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I could be in your city. I could be. Listen, you ain't gotta let nobody know what car you in, bro. You ain't gotta never get out. People can send somebody in the store for you. You can send somebody to shop. You don't gotta get out. You don't gotta
Yeah,
get out.
yeah.
That's your choice.
Yeah, facts. You gotta stay low.
Source is telling Fox 2 rapper Skilla Baby has been shot. And Fox 2's Jessica Duke now joins us live with what we're learning tonight. Good evening, Jess.
Hey, good evening, Amy and Roop. We are out along 8 Mile near Beach Daily in Redford. And as you mentioned, we have confirmed that Skilla Baby, also known as Trevon Gardner, a well-known rapper here in Detroit and really across the country, has been shot. Now, behind me, you can see that there is some activity going on. The scene mostly cleared at this point. When we were out here earlier, we came up on the scene here on 8 Mile, and there was a black SUV that was smashed into the side of a building and along 8 Mile. It was pretty unbelievable. Dozens of evidence markers marking shell casings. Now, we understand this is described as sort of a drive-by, possibly targeted shooting. Skilla Baby was in a black SUV earlier this evening when that SUV was shot up. We understand he is currently at a local hospital. He had a graze wound to the back of his head, a graze wound to his back, and he was shot in the hand. Now, we understand he was alert as of about a half hour ago, is expected to be okay. Just a very scary situation out here, and police sources are describing this as a...
Nah, he must have been fucked up, the daughter. I felt like he was fucked up. He crashed into a fucking building. That's different. You see that shit? That shit went right through the fucking glass, GG. That shit's different, the daughter.
That shit wasn't bulletproof.
That's Skilla Baby. Skilla Baby, and I feel like Skilla Baby, the daughter, he ain't like, I don't think that nigga be having beef and shit like that, but who knows what he actually be getting into, the daughter. I ain't think that he was actually, you know what I'm saying, into like beefing and shit like that. He don't be giving that type of aura out, you know what I'm saying? But when you got hate in the city, the daughter, you traveling around like that, the daughter, it gets spooky, bro. It gets spooky.
Shooting, but in terms of a suspect at this point, we don't have any.
Why bro thought it was a good idea to drive around in the same car that he publicly posted in multiple high-profile videos, like $1 million worth of gang in broad daylight on 8 Mile, is beyond me. I guess people be really thinking that ops are just gonna roll over and not do anything, or they got so much money that they're untouchable. I really hope that bro decides to ride in bulletproof whips at this point. If he got real beef in the city.
There you go. You said it, the daughter. You said it. He posted the car up, the daughter, like you said. The niggas don't gotta know what car you in. He let niggas know what car he in. But that's different, the daughter. They was on that shit. They was on that shit. Yeah, hopefully he gets safe. Hopefully he be a little safer, the daughter, how he's moving, GG. Hopefully the nigga gets a little safer, the daughter, because he's moving. Not that he's moving recklessly.
You need to get out of the way, bro. Just get out of the way, bro. If you got a little bit of money, bro, you can move somewhere and be safe, bro. Stop trying to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to prove a point, bro. Be smart, bro. Come on, man. It's a war for real. And then you think you can't get, you can get but then that day comes. Damn, I should have been left. Nah, fuck all that, man. Stop playing Russian roulette, bro.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, the daughter. It gets spooky, the daughter, when you're over there when you're doing it for no reason. You're doing it for pride. You're not doing nothing else. You could be anywhere you want to be, the daughter. You're already good, the daughter. You could shelter yourself anywhere in the world, the daughter. You can get out the city, the daughter. You ain't gotta be on 8 Mile, the daughter. What make you want to be on 8 Mile? Where was you headed? You know what I'm saying? Maybe his family's there. It's okay, but you know what I'm saying, you could still be other places. But we ain't gonna say you can't be places or you can't be places. Stay down, go wherever you want, the daughter. Just move righteously, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? That dude Peasy, the daughter, he's moving around in bulletproof cars, them trucks and shit like that. He said, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta be, GG.
And we is gonna say you can't be in certain places because it's a fact. You can't. Look, he can't. Look. What you mean? It's facts. It's reality. You can't. You just go where you can go. Don't go where you can't go. I don't give a fuck who you is. The president can't go on certain. Bitch, if he go, he gonna get shot at. He's what? It's a consequence. You take that chance, you gonna get your reward.
Yeah. Facts. True. Makes sense. It does make sense. GG.
Detroit rapper Skilla Baby shot multiple times while on 8 Mile. Report says Detroit rapper expected to survive after being shot Thursday evening on eastbound 8 Mile near Telegraph Road. We are told he was grazed in the head and also shot in the hand. A vehicle crashed into a building shortly after the shooting at around 7 p.m. and multiple shell casings were found scattered along 8 Mile in Redford Township. It's currently unknown who the suspects is or the circumstances, but we are told it was a drive-by shooting.
Nigga.
Now, it also was another shooting.
Look at the tire done data. That was a hard crash, GG. Nigga, the axle's like broke, nigga, in half, nigga. Like, that tire's upward.
He put his head down because he put his head down. That's why. He put his head down. But if you just driving, you gonna know where you're going. When you put your head down, you can't see where you're going.
Yeah.
He put his head down and crashed out, bro. If he wouldn't have put his head down, it'd been different.
Yeah, he ducked. Shit, he would never do everything that he had to do, he did it, the grace of God, because he survived. You know what I'm saying?
Them niggas ain't run up on that truck and finish him. That's all. Them niggas would have got out. He probably shot back too. Trust me. That's like when he crashed, they supposed to run up on that bitch and ate him up. But they didn't. They must have hauled that because he probably shot back. You see what I'm saying? He saved his own self.
I don't know about showing back and all that. Damn, that car is fucked up, nigga.
He shot back. He shot back. He had to shoot back. Them nigga would have ran up on that car and finished it. We gotta put on.
Maybe they thought he was finished after that shit. Look at how that shit look. Boof! They go like, yeah, he done. Look at that shit. Look how it's looking.
Crash shot don't make no drill complete. Shit, them nigga, all them crashes them nigga be having.
But that's different.
East Point. Police investigating a double shooting that occurred Thursday evening, just 2 hours before Skilla Baby was shot. The incident occurred near the area of 10 Mile and I-94, where a male and a female was shot during the drive-by shooting. The suspects are still on the run and the circumstances is currently unknown. This is the third shooting in East Point in less than a month. Now, let me tell y'all, man, do we got to keep saying it? Leave your city and do not go back. This will happen every time. I don't care where you from or who you is. I don't care if you in beef. I don't care if you in the streets. I don't care if you not. If you become successful and you go back to your hood, all it takes is for one person to want to see you unalive. All it takes is for one person to hate and your life is in jeopardy. Come on, Skilla Baby. What you doing, man? What you doing? And it's for all the rappers. Boosie said it best. Do we gotta keep speaking on when Boosie said most rappers die in their own city? Why? Because they think they good. Man, everybody love me. My city love me. Your city might do love you. But I guarantee you it's one person that don't. All it take is one. All it take is one person that hate to see you prosper. All it take is one person that hate to see the love that you receiving from the people.
The energy gets bad. You over there fuck with certain people. They feel like they was fucked with you. They feel like, how you think, not even trying to say it got anything to do with anything, but how you think Little Meech is feeling, if he was fucking with you, you're from the same city as him, and he was trying to put you on, or he was trying to manage you, and then you start fucking with 50 out of the blue, GG. You know what I'm saying? He's going, you know what I'm saying? Little Meech ain't feeling a sort of way like that, like he want to hurt you, but he's just like, oh, damn. So a lot of people who going to start feeling a sort of way, once you start becoming successful, you ain't fuck with certain people, especially if they was fucking with you, then you going to sit there and fuck with them. But, you know what I'm saying? You can't clean dirt with dirt, so you can fuck with anybody you want.
Like, when is you guys going to wake up? And I understand. A lot of people be like, I got family in the city. I gotta go back to my city. Well, this what happens to you. This what happens to you when you got family in your city. This what happens to you when you gotta go back to your city. This what happens to you when you feel like your city love you, because they don't. They don't. And especially if you ain't doing nothing for them. But y'all already know, man. When I get more updates, I'm gonna give it to you. But to my rappers, to my people that elevated in life, you ain't even gotta be a celebrity. You could be a regular person that just elevated. In the city, think you got more than what you got. Leave, move, because if you don't, your people gonna be saying RIP. Because like I said, I don't care how much you think the city love you. I don't care how much you think you move right, because everybody say they be moving correct, and then guess what happened? RIP. If you want to get took out by your city, stay in your city, man. Get in the comments and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications.
That's a fact, GG. It hit different, bro. It hit different, bro. It's just a little bit of fucking hate, the data, a little bit of gathering, the data. That's all it be. These niggas just, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch them. You gotta watch them. You gotta watch everybody, the data.
CMO, where everybody, don't worry everybody. Any nigga ain't none of that. Nigga. Yeah, shout out my SB niggas too. I'ma fuck me. Hey, put the light on that bitch. Let me see how hard it is. Let me see how hard it is. All eyes be in they cash. Oh, shit. That nigga shit. Damn. Skilla shouldn't play with them tweakers. He say y'all some little niggas. Skilla shouldn't play with them tweakers. He say y'all. You say you a tweaker, but you never shot nothing. If you really mean, you should go and drop something. I'm not beefing with Skilla Baby, bro. I didn't rob Skilla Baby, bro. Hold on, bro. Roll the window up, gang. Roll the window up. I'm about to clear the air real quick. Tell him he can't do that, bro. I'm about to clear the air real quick. Listen. Hello. I never robbed Skilla Baby, bro. And this on all my niggas' grave, bro. That nigga walked in my room and told me, come here. He want to talk to me. And it went from there.
Say niggas weren't running the other night, nigga. Fuck you talk about, nigga? Getting hit by cars and shit, nigga. Say it. Say it.
Sometimes the good stuff.
That's different, Dada. Who is that dude right there? They saying he's the nigga that robbed Skilla Baby. Skilla Baby done got licked, Dada, for his necklaces and shit.
Fam, I had just finished this video that's based out of Detroit. I was editing it, getting ready to release it to you guys. Then I got an alert before it really hit the fan that the well-known rapper Skilla Baby from Detroit was allegedly shot up broad daylight. So I instantly stopped that video that I was editing. I put it to the back end. I knew you guys would want to hear the information about this situation, especially knowing I'm already doing a story in Detroit. I figured I'd release the video that I just did an hour after or even in the morning. Now, before we get into details, I want to clarify that Skilla Baby has survived this incident. Thank God for that. In this video, we briefly go over the little information that's been released from the police. We also discuss the limited details available. But more importantly, we're going to talk about the public beef that's been brewing between Skilla Baby and another local rapper, which many believe might be connected to this situation. Now, we're not here to put 2 and 2 together, but we do know 2 + 2 = 4. And in cases like this, sometimes the facts just add up. We're here to put the pieces to the puzzle together. So my plan here is simple. We take a quick look at the history of this rapper and the ongoing beef that's been bubbling under the surface. We'll also explore the events leading up to this shoot, including tension that might have been building on 8 Mile and beyond. But most importantly, we pay our respects and hope for a speedy recovery. But before we go over this one in chronological order, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Born October 2nd, 1998, Trayvon Gardner, also known by his rap stage name as Skilla Baby. According to Skilla Baby, his first significant motivation came from memorizing Langston Hughes' poem, Mother to Son, in the 5th grade. He said his musical taste was greatly influenced by his father, who exposed him to a wide range of music from Luther Vandross to Lil Wayne. Skilla Baby got in a lot of trouble in high school. He attended several high schools before settling at Oak Park High School. Initially, he was passionate about basketball. He earned the nickname Skills, but his life changed dramatically when his father died when he was just 15 years old. After deciding against college due to a lack of basketball offers and his desire to make money, Skilla shifted his focus towards music. He worked various jobs, including McDonald's and Walmart, to fund his studio time and music production. His dedication to rap caught the attention of the veteran Detroit rapper at the time, Sada Baby, which helped him gain significant exposure. Skilla Baby rap career began to earn its growth with the release of his mixtape, Push That Shit Out of Skilla, in 2019. His breakout moment came in 2020, track Womack.
I'm probably the realest young nigga ever. Light skin, clever, name trace you like Trevor.
Shout out to For Show magazine. But he followed with projects like Carmelo Bryant and Sada Baby in 2022. He released his major label debut, We Eat the Most, which featured his hits, Icky Vicky Vibes and Tay B Style. But in the past 3 years, it seemed, from the outside looking in, Skilla Baby been having public disputes and altercations with another local rapper who go by the name of GMO Stacks. But before we go over the details of their alleged beef, let's talk about how it allegedly started, what most people don't know. It's a guy named CP, well known in Detroit, got a lot of respect. And CP was GMO Stacks' big homie. Now CP, he ended up having a baby with Skilla Baby cousin, allegedly by the name of Ariana. One day CP had put his hands on his baby mother, who then called Skilla Baby. And when Skilla Baby had arrived, he put his hands on CP. And from that day forward, GMO Stacks had allegedly inherited the beef. So when you see beef, allegedly, with GMO Stacks and Skilla Baby, with the alleged chain situation or altercations.
Damn, Dundada, and that shit happened because baby mama drama, shorty, girls, like that shit get crazy.
Right?
It always happens.
Like words, like disrespectful words or some shit like that. Probably, you think?
He said he put hands on Skrilla Baby's cousin. So Skilla, when Skilla Baby popped up, not this dude's big homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this dude's big homie, Dundada, has a kid with Skrilla Baby's cousin. He put hands on her, Dundada. When he put hands on her, Dundada, Skrilla Baby popped up, Dundada, and he put hands on him. And homie put his little homie on him. And that's when they saying that this dude right here is the one who allegedly took his chains and shit.
So what these local beef that Skilla Baby is sticking around to entertain. So you can say it's a local beef that he's around to entertain, where he could be somewhere not letting these little local jokers even much fuck with him, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Facts. That's a fact.
At the stadium, and Skilla Baby responded saying this.
Y'all walk up on a nigga while he with a pregnant lady and kids, man. Then y'all walk up on me trying to go live, man. Stop doing that shit. That live shit is police shit, man. Then y'all niggas walk up on me trying to talk, and y'all send the bitches, nigga, of all of them to talk to me. No, he been getting hold for the last 10 years, nigga, and he 35. And he watched me grow up. He know I'm not going for none of that shit. So he know his bitch ass was getting smacked. Then I know y'all agenda. Y'all trying to get some jury. So, all right, bet. I'm about to fight a couple of y'all niggas and tuck to Jay. Y'all ain't about to win on that side. But y'all doing that shit around all them kids. That shit ain't peep, my nigga. I would have let y'all be around the kids. That's why I just go shit by myself.
It makes sense on why GMO Stacks, when asked this question just 3 months ago on the Kid L podcast, he say this.
The subject of, obviously, you and Skilla Baby had an incident in Detroit a while ago in which whatever
that's what I don't get, GG. GG, this is what I don't get. I don't get it. You hear me? For real. Listen, for real. How does real street beef get on the motherfucking it? And you talk about are you telling both of y'all? I don't care, bitch. Both of y'all the police, bitch. Why is y'all getting on the internet talking about something? Bitch, it's y'all, these niggas is crazy to me, bro. No, never in life. You would never where I'm from. Where I'm for real, homie. It's for life. Where I'm from, Niggas ain't going out like that, homie. Niggas ain't never going out like that. How these niggas on this internet, my nigga, talking about this shit.
In 2000,
ever, nigga.
In 2025, that is life. Life's on the internet now.
Man, guess what? That's why it's only temporary. It's only all this shit temporary because what's long gonna always stand, nigga. Nigga, real niggas in the street, my nigga, sitting back laughing, nigga. Cause guess what? Them niggas sitting back enjoying the ride because they'll never entertain this shit, boy.
Yeah,
Never, ever in life.
The internet. If you in the streets and you on the internet, if you actually in the streets, you on the internet, you gotta be fucking.
You temporary.
You
temporary, nigga. You ain't real. That ain't real. That ain't real, nigga. That shit like a cartoon, nigga.
Yeah,
that shit gonna go away in a second, boy.
You gotta be a law-abiding citizen. Like niggas ain't gonna be here.
That's right.
Niggas ain't gonna be up here fabricating like, oh yeah, we so gangster, we this, we that, we on the internet, GG. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you niggas are civilians, nigga.
I'm a civilian, I don't give a fuck where I come from. I don't give a fuck what hood I was born in. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I don't give a fuck what type of music I put out. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a civilian, because that's what you gotta do, when you playing when you over here and you turn into the internet. Like it's 2025, all that mediocre shit. It's not gonna pass by, You're not gonna be able to last in that situation.
Never, nigga. That's a new law that'll never stand, nigga. I don't know why these niggas think that shit gonna mix. It'll never mix, nigga, because real people that's really doing their shit, nigga, y'all thinking y'all gonna reclone the game? You niggas can't reclone the game with this shit, nigga. Hell no.
And being a law-abiding citizen, guess what? It's way more cooler than being out there. Gotta be looking on your shoulder and shit like that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Oh yeah, it's okay. The straps is not illegal. So you could go and do whatever the fuck you want. You could have straps. You could do whatever. You gotta do the right thing. Law-abiding citizens do more. They get to do a lot of things. So it's funner than going to jail for doing the same thing that a law-abiding citizen is doing, but you gotta go to jail just because paperwork?
You feel me?
You brought it right here, you didn't buy it at the store, or just because. So be righteous, you know what I'm saying? It's like life ain't even bad, They just turn shit to make it be bad, That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what really the streets about. Bro, that ain't what the street, man. We come on, man. We help each other. We look out for our neighbors. You know what I'm saying? You don't let little kids, my nigga, do wrong. Man, what you mean, man? Come on, man. Y'all this ain't the way that shit go. This ain't the way that shit go. How y'all playing, man? That's why it's gonna fade away.
In my state right now, they trying to pass a law, GG. They trying to pass a law that you could call the cops on your wife or your husband if he cheated or they cheated.
People don't understand what's going on, bro. See what they're doing, and now they crippling that. At the end of the day, these people are getting all the power in their hands. That means we ain't gonna have no power, dog, at all. The only people that got the power are the people that's making the laws, bro. People don't understand what's going on, dog. You can't beat your kids. You can't argue with your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Okay, bitch, you better wake up. All the power was getting put in one for people's hand, bro. All right. All right, it better wake up.
That's a fact.
The megastar after that incident. He was on the verge of becoming a megastar anyway, but he becomes a megastar after that. A lot of camps might start disassociating somebody who had to do with anything that had to do with his.
Who did that?
What do you mean?
Ain't no nigga ain't no nigga that fuck with me did that. I ain't never feel like a nigga stop fucking with me because they fuck with Skilla, you feel me? Like, that's a cool nigga. I ain't got nothing against Skilla. I tell every nigga the same shit that I fuck with. I ain't got no problem with him. You feel me? We ain't got no problem. We ain't got no beef. You feel me? That shit ain't nothing. That's whatever happened, that shit happened, man. It ain't no. I don't wake up saying, oh, I'm finna go catch dog. Hell no, that's not my. Feel me? I ain't got no smoke with that nigga, bro. Everything you see on the internet don't be true too. Just like we was talking about the internet earlier. Everything you see on the internet don't be true. Dog ain't my op. Like, feel me? It might have been shit that went on, but that's not my op. I don't got that in my heart. That's my op. Feel me? I don't give a fuck about nothing that didn't went on. I don't wake up think about none of that shit. You feel me?
Well, when you talk about when that timing takes place, it gets released. There's live footage of you guys having some type of dispute between each other.
All right, boom. So now Skrilla baby, so Skrilla baby Dada beat up the nigga Dada. So this nigga has a dispute with him Dada. I don't know what happens, but he happens to, I guess, get Skrilla baby's chains Dada. You know what I'm saying? So and now and Skrilla baby still went up after that situation. He's still going up because he made his I feel like he made his personality or his aura or his character or his image Dada. He made it for the shorties, and he's a nice person. So people was like, yo, he's not like he don't got that too much aggressive situation. So you know what I'm saying, they don't even give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But how you think that made that like that happened, and then he gets popped? So how you think his image is looked at in the city that he's at? That's why we need some Detroit niggas over here, because they're gonna tell us what it is.
The same thing like with that Dolphin, that CMG. You know what I'm saying? It's better that we get people that can really just give us some type of close insight. You know what I mean? A little close insight. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a fact. It could get like that. GG. All right, back.
And there's other people in the studio at the same time that are also considered major celebrities right now that are also involved in that studio. And
worried about your brain health? Serafulin Brain Wellness has a dual action for.
After a video gets posted where they claim Gmo Stacks and Skilla Baby have an altercation, Skilla Baby goes to the hospital, and then there's footage of him saying he's good, he's all right, everything's okay with him, he's fine now. And then everybody's kind of pointing a finger at like, well, who caused him to go for the situation to happen? And the videos associate you with that. The videos that are posted on the internet associate you with that stuff. So when I'm saying segregated or blackballed, so many different camps that are watching Skilla Baby flourish and become a mainstream celebrity might go, well, whose side do we take on this? And can we not work with Gmo because of this incident now?
That don't go on.
That doesn't happen.
Like everything, like shit that you think, certain shit that you like that be on the nigga head or might think that's going on is not going on.
Okay.
Like, that type of shit ain't going on. You feel me? On my end, feel me? On my side, it ain't, that type of shit ain't going on for me. I don't feel like a nigga blackballing me or nothing.
No.
Like, feel me? I was holding myself back. It's me versus me. I'm not in competition with nobody. You feel me?
When that media gets released, how do you respond to people accusing you or being a part of whatever situation that's trying to be portrayed through YouTube and everything like that, and through captions and everything like that?
Like what?
Like when people are saying that you and Skilla Baby have an altercation, how did you and your team kind of handle moving forward with that to maintain?
Shit, we kept dropping. We dropped music, kept going, turned this shit up some more.
For sure. And people, how inaccurate are most of the descriptions of your guys' so quote unquote beef or problems with each other?
Oh, that shit kept.
Me outside looking in GMO Stacks ass.
He's sharp. I respect him. I respect him.
He just
I respect him. He's sharp.
His heart of heart. He
He's
really
sharp.
telling the truth.
Yeah, for sure.
You said
that's
you
what you
respect
do.
who?
That's what you do. Listen, that's what you do when a bitch try to trick you on some legitimate level conversation. Interrogation shit. This man trying to get this man directly speak, saying we got beef. Fuck that nigga. I'ma kill him. You see these questions, but he going around everything. What y'all did? We just kept dropping music. Tight that shit up. Man he ain't finna answer no direct beef question, because you know why? He know what's involved. That man know the police involved. Now it's too much shooting going on. He ain't finna incriminate his cell phone. Fuck thing. Watch. Just keep listening. That man ain't going for that shit.
Facts. All right, bet. He kept it real, He was asking the questions like, nah, he's a good person. I don't got no situations with him, situations like, yeah.
Very calm. He was very calm too. You see him?
Polite.
He was very, very calm, man. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Saying he ain't got no situations happening or none of that shit. That's a fact, Gigi. That's how you gotta handle the situations all the time.
You got to, bro. We talking about some murder shit. shooting shit. Come on, guns involved. Anytime guns involved, man, you know what's going on, man. You got motherfucking ATF firearm. Them people on that gang unit. Anytime guns involved in anything, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Open carry my dick. But anytime guns involved, the big time police involved, homie. Not no locals. Trust
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right.
Fast forward May 22nd, 2025, just 3 months after that interview, Skilla Baby was targeted in a drive-by shooting off 8 Mile, leaving him shot and sent to the hospital. Preliminary information suggests that he was allegedly targeted in a black SUV that was shot up multiple times, eventually crashing into a building off the road. Police say the rapper was grazed twice in the head and back and shot in the hand and taken to a local hospital where he's alert and expected to be okay.
Right out of Redford, a popular Detroit rapper has been shot. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rupert.
And I'm Mimi Lang. Multiple sources telling Fox 2 rapper Skilla Baby has been shot. And Fox 2's Jessica Duke joins us live with what we're learning tonight. Good evening, Jess.
Hey, good evening, Amy and Roop. We are out along 8 Mile near Beach Daily in Redford. And as you mentioned, we have confirmed that Skilla Baby, also known as Trevon Gardner, a well-known rapper here in Detroit and really across the country, has been shot. Now, behind me, you can see that there is some activity going on. The scene mostly cleared at this point. When we were out here earlier, we came up on the scene here on 8 Mile, and there was a black SUV that was smashed into the side of a building, and along 8 Mile is pretty unbelievable. Dozens of evidence markers marking shell casings. Now, we understand this is described as sort of a drive-by, possibly targeted shooting. Skilla Baby was in a black SUV earlier this evening when that SUV was shot up. We understand he is currently at a local hospital. He had a graze wound to the back of his head, a graze wound to his back, and he was shot in the hand. Now, we understand he was alert as of about a half hour ago, is expected to be okay. Just a very scary situation out here, and police sources are describing this as a targeted shooting. But in terms of a suspect at this point, we don't have any information yet. It's still very, very early. Again, Trevon Gardner, better known as Skilla Baby, a very well-known rapper here in Detroit and across the country, shot earlier this evening. Multiple sources saying that he had 2 graze wounds, also shot in the head. It all unfolded in 8 Mile earlier this evening, ended with his SUV smashing into the side of a building. Now, Redford Township Police are investigating. They got this scene cleared up very, very quickly, and right now they're working to make some repairs to the building that is behind me. But again, we are happy to report, though, that Skilla Baby is alert. Of course, Redford Police investigating. If you know anything about this shooting that's described as a targeted drive-by shooting, you're asked to call Redford Township Police. For now, reporting live,
right.
Jessica Dupnack,
Imagine
Fox
that.
2 News.
Well, certainly, Jess, you hear about a shooting, you hear about something.
That's how cops solve shit, though. You know, cops solve shit from tips and shit like that. That's how they actually be solving the shit, the data. But they try to say that.
The incident like that though, he was driving and got shot at. Nobody ain't finna tell on no shit like that.
They said that Skrilla done not been beefing with the law or some shit like that. So, you know, the law don't really give a fuck anyway. Unless
No. That's why you got to get out from over there, bro. I pray for him. I pray for his family. I hope that was a warning to him, my nigga. You ain't no pussy. You ain't no lame, bro. You got to be smart if you're gonna portray an image of being the best rapper and all that calm talking like you got all the knowledge and all that shit. Well, let's work. Let you put that shit to use then. Let's see how you really use your calm knowledge that you got and be strategic, to be smart, to get away. It ain't about being soft and lame and pussy. Get up out that old fucking round the corner knowledge, bro. Get grown a little bit, bro, and get smart, my nigga, and go live somewhere else comfortable. You go make money wherever you go, because now you know you got your little thing going, you know, your little rap thing. So your money gonna follow you everywhere you go. You can go anywhere, bro, and be safe. What's wrong with being safe?
That's a fact.
Jesus.
Thing that may involve being shot in the head, and your immediate concern is that it's going to be pretty bad. I know that there are prayers going out all over social media for Skilla Baby, but you say it sounds like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I talked to somebody very close to him, said that he is alert in the hospital, surrounded by loved ones under high security. Now, this is somebody who's really in the throes of their career right now, hot not only in Detroit, but all over. So definitely somebody who the community is pulling for tonight. But we will, of course, stay on top of this one.
Absolutely. Certainly, he's been here in studio with us here at Fox 2 a number of times. Wishing him all the best. Jessica Duknak out in Redford, we appreciate you.
That's why people don't leave the dot. People don't be leaving. So if you're not gonna leave the dot, you gotta move more careful the dot. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you got what I'm saying, you can put a Fox 5 at just in your city. You ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that other places and shit like that. It's like the dot. So he feels like he can go Fox 5, he could go here. You know what I'm saying? He probably could go to the Piston games and data. He wants, you know what I'm saying, home is home, GG. So he feels like, but you gotta be moving way more clever than data. You can't be just out there, data, driving up 8 miles, data. For like, what was the reason you driving up 8 miles, data? And like I said, you don't gotta give us a reason. You a grown ass man, data.
That ain't home no more, bro. That's not home no more, bro. Not home no more.
So you saying leave? Leave.
Yeah,
leave
got
the
to.
city,
Yeah, you must be from the city, bro.
Leave the data.
Okay, man.
All you need is a
All right.
studio, the data.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, bro? It's just sad, dog. It's just sad, dog. Nigga make excuses, my nigga, man, about procrastination, bro. Stop procrastinating, bro. Come on, bro. Nigga trying to kill you, bro. You really gonna fuck that nigga ain't gonna run out my city, man. Say, okay, well, that's dope, man. If you gonna be stepping every day and you finna get rid of all your enemies, my nigga, and you living that life, man, I think that's what you need to be doing. If you trying to be a regular person, talking about you ain't gotta go nowhere and all that, bro, you dumb. You gonna be you easy money, you easy target then. Play, go on and play then, cause them boys trying to catch you, as you can see. You know.
He might as well just give himself up to them. He might as well just, all right, I'm right over here. Come kidnap me, the daughter. What you want?
Might as well. You playing, and them boys that serious. You might as well just go get in the middle of the street and say, man, come on, man, y'all win, because I ain't gonna never try to get y'all. I'm gonna just keep running, let y'all bust at me and do that, and make me run and do all that. Cause I ain't
gotta run to the restroom. Talk to Ray Ray real quick.
Ray.
What up?
Ray, what's going on, Ray?
What up with you?
Man, shit, man, I'm out here in this motherfucking beautiful sun, chilling. That's all. Everything good?
So what happened with Skilla?
Man, Skilla got popped, man. But he got grades, but it ain't bad now. But he crashed his truck. You know what I mean? They shot it up or whatever. He survived, so that's a good thing, you know, for his family and stuff. But you know, we was just saying, you know, he playing Russian roulette, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? He don't got to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Niggas want to prove a point to niggas.
Baby? Ray not there?
Ray was there.
Now, as they just said, it's been no arrest. We do want to say, we want to send love and prayers to Skilla Baby once again. Now, almost 20 people sent me this guy, Millie Rock. I don't know why, but I do know after doing my research, he's very close friends with CP. Now, based on the shares of this one photo alone, the family TV wasn't the only people sent this picture. Nonetheless, as more developed, I keep you guys updated. But I want to end this video off on this. Just 4 days prior to this situation, Skilla Baby had went to his platform to give a prayer. It was powerful.
That's crazy, Dada. Lucky nothing happened to that man, GG. Because he did give a prayer. Him giving a prayer, Dada, and then that happening, Dada, he must have felt that shit. He felt something, Dada.
He could have just said that. He could have said that prayer with his kids and his mom or whoever by themselves, man. That shit for the internet. Nigga, I don't want that shit, dog, bro.
But then that happens, that shit is different. Now niggas be going running to the internet nowadays, Dada.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I heard you the first time. You're right. That's the life. I can't deny facts. I can't deny reality. I was just saying some stupid shit. I know that's what they do. Of course, you're gonna go to the internet and say a big prayer. That's what they do today. It's what it is.
It's just what niggas used to do back in the day. Like we never did what the old heads did, Dada. And then now that we do what we do, Dada, the newer generation, they do what they do. They run to the internet with this shit.
For sure.
They were always gonna run to the internet. That's what they do. You might feel like, oh yeah, if you seen your kids, right? and then your kids ran to the internet or something like that, and then you like, oh, you're not serious. Like if you hurt your leg, right? And then you went to the internet, you're not serious about it. You must not be hurt. But no, they are hurt. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to run to the internet, but they are hurt. You still going to have to clean that wound. You still going to have to, you know what I'm saying? They want to show the internet that they got a scrape on their leg first. But you're going to be like, yo, that was retarded what you're doing. So we're going to have to elaborate that. That's not smart at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact. Yo, Ray, you there?
Yeah.
You listen to Skilla, baby?
All
right.
Yeah, I never heard of Skilla Baby.
Well, hopefully that he comes up and gets out his little funk. Well, we know he's good, but you know what I'm saying, he needs to do something, especially if niggas is playing with him, and then he got his chain took, and now niggas, you know what I'm saying, try to do him dirty, and he did all that praying shit, on the internet, get yourself together, you heard? Prayers up.
Dear Lord, today I will be using my platform to pray, and since you put that on my heart, I will not be disobedient. I will obey you. I know I serve an on-time God, and I may not have everything I want, but I gotta have everything I need.
What's up, guys? This is Lee Laurent, and as always, you know, we here rocking with all urban central. We do have a bit of breaking news, as it appears that music artist, rapper, and singer Skilla Baby has been shot multiple times. It seems while in his hometown of Detroit, rapper Skilla Baby, whose real name is Trevon Gardner, was targeted in a drive-by shooting where he was shot 5 times. Our sources reveal that Skilla Baby was grazed twice, back in the head as well as in his back. Skilla Baby was also shot in his hand, in which his black SUV drove off the road of 8 Mile and into a building and crashed. Despite all of his injuries sustained, Skilla Baby was rushed to a hospital where he is said to be stable and recovering. Here's more in the local news in Detroit.
Starts now with a breaking news alert.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the all-new Valley Bet Casino app.
That shit different, bro. Nah, that shit different, bro. He definitely gonna have to get right, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's getting, you know what I'm saying, Bill put the ass on him, if niggas actually taking his chains, like you know what I'm saying, did he get his chains back?
I don't know. I tell you, I don't know.
We don't know that.
It.
Did he actually get his, yeah. Oh yeah. That's a lot of shit. That's different.
Rapper Skilla Baby is recovering after being shot in Redford Township. This happened along 8 Mile near Beach Daily. When our crews got to the scene, they found a business with its walls smashed in and caution tape up all over the place. You saw a worker there trying to make some repairs. A police source and those who know Skilla Baby tell Local 4 he is expected to be okay. He was hit apparently in the hand and the head. Skilla Baby, whose real name is Trevon Gardner, was driving alone, and those close to him believe he may have been targeted in this alleged shooting. It appears this building was hit by the rapper's SUV. We'll continue to reach out to law enforcement tonight for more information. We'll bring you any updates as soon as they come in. When we're not on TV, you can always check our website at clickondetroit.com.
And if you don't know who Skilla Baby is a rising rap artist who's been on the music scene since 2015. Skilla Baby has attributed much of his influences from his dad's influences, ranging from Luther Vandross and Lil Wayne. Skilla Baby is known for his unique rap style and his lyrical content. With his core fan base and his target audience being predominantly women, and his unproblematic persona, this drive-by target shooting has definitely came as a complete shock.
That's why he gets to. That's why he still is gonna get views and shit like that, because he's unproblematic. You know what I'm saying? He's not a person he's not the aggressor. He don't look like he's the aggressive. So if anybody's messing with him, they look like they the aggressor. They look like they coming at him. GG. So you know what I'm saying?
As the people are wondering, what was the motive behind shooting Skilla Baby?
got him? What you got him? She gave you a flower. She gave you a flower.
As we get into this local news article, it says rapper Skilla Baby recovering after shooting in Redford Township. It appears the Detroit rapper is said to be recovering after being shot on Thursday, May 22nd on 8 Mile Road near Beach Daily. When the local 4 News arrived, it appeared that the car has been smashed into a building with caution tape everywhere. Police sources tell us that Skilla Baby was possibly targeted in a drive-by shooting. Besides reiterating all the information we already provided, it gives us an exact coordinates on where the drive-by occurred. As I mentioned before, Skilla Baby has been rushed to the hospital in time where he is completely stable and recovering from the tragic drive-by shooting. There has been no information on the
Peace and love.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I get that energy, the Dada. Nah, for real, the Dada. Skilla Baby better watch it, the Dada. It's not like Skilla Baby just gotta, you know what I'm saying, get away, the Dada. Get away, the Dada. Big Meech had to do it at once. Everybody has to do it at a time being the Dada. So let him just, you know what I'm saying, escape Detroit. He's too big for the city now. He got too big for it. You know what I'm saying? You get too big for the city. Time, you know what I'm saying, move along, GG. You know what I'm saying? Time to meet the world, the Dada. The world's beautiful, GG. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, man. He's well loved everywhere I see. He's well loved everywhere. They running the story everywhere, so he got to be somewhat important. They wouldn't even be running that story like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a motherfucker offending. That's offending.
surrounding suspects who could have possibly shot him, but visual elements and videos of the damage done to the car and of the shooting.
That nigga took down a fucking telephone pole. That shit's
I'm telling
hard
you,
to
he ducked. He ducked. That nigga ducked. That nigga ducked.
He lucky that nigga didn't get extra hurt from the fucking car crash. You already hurt from the gunshots. Now you gonna hit the gun. Now you got car crash, GG. You know what I'm saying?
He tore them bricks. He tore that whole wall up. He smashed all those bricks. You see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
That shit could have blew up.
Took down telephone pole, axle all broke. Hey, this shit total.
Peter Piper persistently missed package.
Just imagine what his body, the impact did to his body, how it jerked his body. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, dog, that shit, that's so much. Cause I've been in some accidents before.
That kind of looked like it was a car crash for Progressive, GG. For real, it hit the
that dummy test. Yeah, that fucking dummy test.
I was like, you know, cars is kind of safe though. Cars is kind of safe. That nigga took down. Look at the telephone pole. Look at it, nigga.
Yeah,
like that shit ain't even funny, bro. He hit that shit hard, bro. The telephone pole's right on the side of it. He took that shit right out of pocket.
Okay, I went.
Skilla Baby is known for dropping hit songs like You Look Good, Bae that went viral. He's also made appearances on several different outlets, such as On the Radar. He even appeared on Ari Fletcher's Cooking with Ari show as well.
Okay.
Unlike a lot of his musical peers, Skilla Baby isn't really rapping about gun violence or much violence at all, despite his trap rap influences. As I previously mentioned, he does have a lot of earlier influences from soul artists such as Luther Vandross. So if you even check out Skilla Baby's social media, like his Instagram, you can catch him in his car, jamming and freestyling, rapping and singing to some of these soul artist songs that he's actually a fan of. So right now, we're actually gonna pull up Skilla Baby's Instagram. So you can see his Instagram page. It's mostly just a few reels. We're checking out the story. But yeah, he's just got reels where he's in a car and he's either talking or he's actually freestyling to some music. So we're going to pull up a clip right now and check him out.
I'll be doing like getting on Instagram rapping because I want to do it. And it be like, this how I originally found my love for music. I had lost it for a while. It's probably from the minor success I had. But this will make me have fun with music again. So I said I'm gonna start doing this for myself. You know, it's It's the way you live your life, make me want to treat you right. It's the way you sleep at night, I think you might be my wife. It's the way you walk, the way you breathe, the way you eat your ice. It's the way you talk, the way you focus when you read your Bible. It's the way you look God out loud. I ain't gonna lie, you make me proud. When I get mad, I'm mad. You the only one can calm me down. I'm famous, but I treat you like a star. You been there since a child. I wanna post you
Hey,
on
Gigi,
my Instagram.
I gotta go, Gigi. I'm gonna holler at you
Pray
later.
for me when I'm outside.
You gotta go. Hi, Dandara.
Said that she died in the house. Look, there's more cops pulling up right now. On the other side too.
They're saying it's foul play.
Like they don't know there's an investigation. That's what they said. That's what he said. He was like,
No, Skilla
Baby's a rapper. He's constantly getting a lot of attention and love from his audience. You can catch Skilla Baby performing live singing to his fans.
See that, Fred? Get him, you know Skilla for the ladies, right?
This nigga's like an R&B singer,
And
Dandara.
even with all the fame that Skilla Baby has amassed, obviously he has a lot of fans and love that he's receiving. There has to be a little bit of hate, right? So there has been a few situations, isolated incidents, where Skilla Baby has found himself in altercations with a misguided fan. There was an incident where he actually got into a full-on altercation after a show, as well as someone groping him at a show.
Oh shit! Fuck off, boy. My bad.
Beyond the altercation, there was another incident where Skilla Baby was performing live to an audience, and one of the male audience members tried to sneakily grope his body as he performed, where Skilla Baby stopped the show. Fortunately, rapper Skilla Baby is in the hospital recovering and is stable, after being injured and shot multiple times in an alleged drive-by and even crashing his black SUV. This could have been another tragic story where we lost a rapper. Skilla Baby is full of energy and life and brings happiness to everyone around him. But as this story progresses and the detectives do more research, we will keep you guys updated on who could have possibly been behind the shooting of Skilla Baby. But in the meantime, we want to make sure that we give Skilla Baby his flowers and enjoy him while he's here.
That nigga Skilla gotta get it, you know what I'm saying? Dance, girl. Dance, girl. They hating in the city, Dandara. That's horrible, Gigi. That's horrible, Dandara. But he's recovering, Gigi. He's on recovery. So we gonna say that. My boy's on recovery status. That's offending. What's up, Ray Ray?
What's up, cuz?
You good? How tight train you? Enjoy life, Dandara. Enjoy life, Gigi.
else on our socials. So make sure you become a member. And after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I always tell y'all that industry is a weird place. And of course, some of y'all swear we just conspiracy theorists, or we just be trying to get attention. But my question to those that do is this: how much more weird stuff is going to have to take place for y'all start questioning what's going on? Like, whether you believe it or not, when are y'all going to start questioning the things that happen within the industry? The sad part is the only time people choose to pay attention is when something hits close to home, but at that point, it's too late. Now, I say that because as we discuss the news of Detroit rapper Skilla Baby getting shot in his hometown of Detroit, we're going to point out a weird sequence of events that led up to him getting shot, and I want to know what y'all think. Now, of course, no one is invincible. Of course, anybody could get caught slipping, but it's starting to be a pattern of these who seem to survive whenever they're spreading negativity and dysfunction within their community. The same people spreading the message of God, something happened. Or how about they live their whole lives ducking and dodging, losing their life and freedom in the real trenches, but as soon as they make it and get famous, that's when ultimately they get caught slipping, whether it's jail or even worse, death. Anyway, we're going to point out a few things that's been transpiring on social media as of lately, because there's been a lot going on, from Tory Lanez, Meg, Diddy, and Cassie, Little Durk in Chicago as a whole. The list goes on. But what brings us here today is the fact that Skilla Baby nearly lost his life in Detroit, where it's rumored that he was trailed and shot. Now, before we get into it, for y'all on social media saying things like, why would anyone want to do anything to Skilla Baby? All he do is mind his business and make music for the ladies? Well, y'all must not know Skilla. Either that or y'all must be new listeners when it comes to his music. Yes, Skilla has perfected the craft of knowing how to make music for the masses, but please don't forget where Skilla came from, as well as his past. Songs such as Black Force Music and most recently Donovan McNabb can easily show you that he does his fair share of taunting his ops. So when people say that Skilla just minds his business and make music for the ladies, that's not 100% true. One user would say, quote, shooting Skilla Baby and he don't do nothing but make music for bad chicks is insane. Another user would say, quote, why the F would y'all shoot Skilla Baby? He don't do nothing, so no. Now here's how the story goes according to the news. Thursday evening, May 22nd, 2025, Skilla Baby was traveling eastbound 8 Mile near Telegraph, and the drive-by would occur as Skilla was driving his SUV, and that individual would begin firing as he struck Skilla in the leg and grazed him in his head. Shortly after the shooting, Skilla's vehicle would crash into a nearby building. No other details is included at the time, and no suspects have been taken into custody. Now, after news would hit social media about Skilla's incident, Detroit Hits, a popular Detroit page that's known for posting damn near everything and knowing damn near everything, would already call out a suspect before the police and also allege that Skilla was allegedly followed from a prom ceremony. Now, take that with a grain of salt, because according to Skilla's story, he was also in the gym just hours before the shooting. So I don't know, but here's the strange part of this all. Maybe it's a reach, but it's something to think about. Just 4 days ago, Skilla posted a video saying a public prayer for his 1 million plus followers out of nowhere. He would caption it saying, quote, just in case anyone needed a prayer today. Y'all check this out.
Dear Lord, today I will be
That's
using my
it. Yo, what's up with this Reggie Ray situation? Dada trying to call Big Meech around. Shook Knight trying to call Big Meech around. Dada, what's going on with that? Dada. That's it. What's up with this situation right here, Dada? Like, what these niggas on over here, Dada? What's up with this dude?
Was cool with from back in the day, rats and stuff like that. It's Big Meech and all of that. Y'all gonna hear it. Probably calling Big Meech and rat and stuff.
An incarcerated individual at the R.J. Donovan Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey. What up, Big Chill?
I'm good with you.
Oh shit, man. Hey.
Make sure you talk to
Okay.
You know?
I know you're talking about. Okay.
Him, yeah. At the end of the day, you know, if you have to deal with him or have a conversation with him or I have a conversation with him, but
Okay.
You know that dude?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right. You know those dudes over there where Wacko from, right?
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right. They fuck with that dude. They always fuck with that dude. Some of them did time behind that dude, you know?
Okay. Okay. Got you.
They been trying to talk to a lot of those dudes. Some of those dudes, while he playing both sides, they trying to put something together, you know?
Okay. You know he don't fuck with the rat, no. You know him and the rat that fell out majorly though.
He been on, right?
Huh?
When this came on?
Yeah. You know.
No, not that rat.
Oh, okay.
You know the BMS.
Got you. Okay. I didn't catch that. Okay. Got you. Okay.
Yeah, who give a fuck about that rat?
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So look.
Hey.
Some of those dudes, right?
Okay.
When they all went to, when they was all doing their time, they all got caught, you know, saying the shit. They was all, even though they from over there, they was claiming that other shit. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I hear you.
So, and you know, I know a lot of.
Why you think Suge Knight's calling Big Meech a rat, the daughter? But if I'm gonna take a guess, you know what I'm saying, a hypothetical guess, the daughter, I think because he did that vlog with Jermaine Dupri. Maybe because he did the vlog with Jermaine Dupri, but we don't know for sure.
They were talking, so they was all they had their name in his mouth, you know.
Okay.
Like trying to, you know.
I got you.
Tell him you just watch him, don't trust nothing.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, man. Okay. That show you still got love for that nigga. Okay. Yeah. 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 I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, when motherfucker knows about the kids, you know,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck how you took down or whatever you trying to do.
Yeah.
You know the truth. You know, if I was there.
And now you want to come at me because I'm cool with Wack.
That's different right there. That's different right there. So they told now they got a slander Meech campaign going on. The Dada with the Reggie White dude, the Dada, all these niggas, because this niggas like Jermaine Dupri, the Dada pulling up.
Make a quick stop and did the same shirt that I came out the house with, because for some reason I had some like dye ink or something on top, so it went. Yeah.
That's right. What's wrong, man?
That night was All-Star 2003.
I don't remember. You got to tell me. I don't think that is that the reunion night.
No, that was All-Star 2003 for the NBA.
I don't even think.
Man, that night that's Bone Crusher Never Scared.
Yeah. I remember
that was.
I remember. I know. We at Visions. That's why I broke the song at Visions that
right.
Night. But I don't think I want the Magic.
Man, that Magic was. What was that? I had to get on the stage.
But you was always on the.
Yeah, but I really had to get on the stage. Like it was no room. Everybody had my brother and this crew in there. I got me and all Diddy guys in there. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a monumental time. Cause it was like, and then you got all the football players and basketball players was in there that was in town.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think that's the reason why I wanted to get you on, cause I don't think these guys be knowing like they just be talking. They never really experienced that shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like
oh, they have.
You know what I mean. Especially the Gentleman Club days. That's when me and you was really like
right.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that like. Just how them clubs used to be back then. Nobody, when I be trying to explain that shit, they don't even understand that.
No.
But I'm like, man, listen, you couldn't even, you could go in the club and Meech would have a girl for 2 hours. I'd be sitting there trying to get the girl back. Couldn't get, like, it wasn't no just walking, they weren't just walking around.
No.
It was like, they had a thing. Like, it's crazy what you were saying about the girls couldn't even come in the club. It's crazy how that people don't even understand. I be trying to tell them, like, man, we gotta get. I be trying to imagine, but it's gonna get out of control now. They got the documentary. It ain't gonna be like that, like it was. But that shit was stupid back then.
Yeah, I mean, you could, because you know, even though we patrons of the club, it was more like once we certain women was like women.
Yeah.
No, that's like, oh, Meech here or G here, we ain't gonna get her all night.
Yeah.
She gone for the whole night. You know what I'm saying? So like, you ain't gonna be here today. Nobody ain't gonna get no dances or nothing. It's over with. We got her the whole night. They gonna dance till we walk out the door.
And let me say this, y'all. You know, when y'all seen me name on the boards, a couple of people hit me like, man, you gonna get Meech? Can you get Meech? I don't think y'all understand.
This is why I feel like maybe Suge Knight, a lot of people ain't gonna be fucking with Meech the Dada, cause that's why they maybe the Dada. That's why he said it. Cause why would the fuck Suge Knight come out of the blue werewolves the Dada with Reggie Wright the Dada trying to come at Suge Knight? I mean, trying to come at Meech.
And me and bro go back. I mean, I don't know. I think I know Meech longer than a lot of y'all niggas in Atlanta. You know what I'm
Since
saying?
like 91.
Yeah.
Jack the Rapper.
And y'all don't know that. Y'all be thinking, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like y'all niggas. I've been in the close, you nigga. Right. I seen it. We've been standing on this motherfucking bar at 112, the stage at Magic City.
Yeah. Damn, Jermaine Dupri don't fuck with 50 though. Jermaine Dupri must not fuck with 50, Dada. That shit different.
Upstairs and downstairs in the gentleman's club.
Visions.
Matter of fact, I had a security guard that Meech took for me, Big J. I had a security guard that went start working for me. I mean, we just, you know what I mean? We got a whole little crew family.
We got history.
Yeah, we got
history together.
So it ain't really been no, you know what I mean? So I know when y'all saw it up there, y'all see his name. Y'all don't be understanding who really know him and who fuck with.
So you know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck with Meech still, the Dada. Man, niggas actually fucking with Meech, the Dada. But damn, they say Meech is fucking banned for all BMF premieres. He can't show up there. Huh? Why would 50 ban him? Why can't he show up? Let him show up. Fuck it.
Which is supposedly banned from any premiere of the BMF series. Now, he's allowed to go on like certain, have you seen, he's been able to like move around. Like he goes to his son's condo, he go to the dentist, they let him move around a little bit. I don't think he's in like a halfway house. I think he's in a house with monitoring because it's a very unclear, but he's always meeting with rappers in this lavish house. It's supposed to be QCP's house. Now, 50 Cent has banned him from going to the premiere because technically he could try to go there and say, this is for work. It's a work, it's part of something I have to do during the day. And they might grant him that. So 50 Cent's making sure that he doesn't show up because, why does he? There's nothing to talk about at that point. Like he took a stance. Supposedly Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross are making fake promises to him that, we're going to get the rights back from 50 because after he ends the series, they think that there's a loophole where they can take the rights back if he's doing nothing with them and do a movie. That's happened before with other stories. Now 50 still has to see Little Meech at the premiere. He's the star. I mean, how are you going to avoid that? You can't. And Terry was able to go to the premiere when he was on house arrest when he came home. Obviously, he has the Joe Biden pardon now, so he's able to move around like nothing. It's all good. Clemency. That's not a pardon. Clemency. Now, supposedly Terry and Big Meech still not talking. I heard that Big Meech is trying to get in touch with Terry to like maybe do something with his side of the story, so they can continue to make money because 50 Cent has them all tied up with Big Meech's end of the story. But there's a lot to talk about with this, but it's coming up. I mean, we're about a month and a half away from the premiere. They start teasing everything in May that season 4 is coming. and they start doing these premieres everywhere to, you know, highlight and get.
You were saying something, GG?
Like, oh, you're feeling a little lit, and I was like, just a little bit. He's like, you're not as much as I'm normally used to.
The energy up. But I want to be honest with you, like, even though the Wrath of the Kanan show is good, it's not as exciting as the BMF one. Even though the BMF one was getting kind of played out, it gave you that same vibe of Power when it first came out, you know. And you know, what are they gonna depict in this year, this season, you know? It's a shame, man. It's a shame. There was a lot of lead up to it. There was a lot of work that was put in. 50 Cent had been promoting it since 2016 until it debuted around 2020, 2021. And, you know, to have it end like this and Meech to go out like a sucker. I mean, Meech is radioactive. Nobody will go near Meech unless you're from Detroit. Nobody wants to go near that. It's just, he has that cinch jacket on him now. It doesn't even matter if there's paperwork or not. When you hear the story and you see Tammy Cowan's,
nah, I don't feel like what you talking about. Mad people's fucking with him. The Jermaine Dupri, the 42 Doug, fuck yeah. Mad people still fuck with him, the so you know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all want it to happen. Y'all don't want people like you fuck with him, the what you talking about? Cause you would have did what the hell y'all trying to blame Meech to do, the if you was in Meech's situation, your ass would have told the so you still fuck with Meech, the like what you lying for?
accounting of everything, you can read between the lines and see what really happened. I know Big Meech is wishing he took that 10K a club appearance when he came home, because Little Meech was saying, nah, we're talking more like M's for a club appearance. 10K to party, that's more than enough. Okay, it's more than enough. Okay, how are they gonna recoup 100K, $1 million? You know, Little Meech is just.
Look at that. You got to make the show exciting. It's not about Little Meech. It's about the show, GG. You can make the show excited. You ain't got to go through all that. Like, what is he saying? Like, some people be hating a little bit. I ain't going, I'm saying he did say that Big Meech show is better than the Canon show. So I could say that. And as for Terry's trying to do what? Make a show, Dandada. That's what it is. Terry's trying to do a show. All right. Shit, different.
Now, a lot's kind of happening behind the scenes. This is really, I mean, 50 Cent owns Big Meech's story. I mean, I know that's bothering him for a fact, because he's making phone calls, trying to find a way to keep his story or somehow find a way around it to do a BMF movie without violating his agreement that Tammy Cowan's made with 50 Cent. He can't speak to Tammy Cowan because she is already against Big Meech. She played Big Meech. I mean, I'm saying he played her when he came home. He didn't want anything to do with her. He wanted his life rights back and all this stuff, but she can't give him back. And he doesn't really find a use for her anymore, because they already did a deal with 50. It's over, you know? For some reason, he decided it was a good idea to go at 50 instead of working with him. We don't know what these conversations are like between him and 50, or what's happening between 50 and his son. Maybe he doesn't like that 50's treating his son like a son, you know, himself. And so a lot of weird stuff's going on. Now, Terry came home first, and Terry was cool for a while. He'd show up on set. He took pictures with the guy playing him, and so forth. But he also violated. He took pictures with Supreme's son, and that didn't, you know, that was just stupid, because everybody knows what Preem and 50's history is. And he should have just left it alone, because what's the benefit of you taking a picture with Preem's son? Is he going to do anything for you? No. I mean, like, think about it logically. But think about it like, you know, you shouldn't really be friends with people's enemies, you know, especially people you're wanting to do business with. You know, I'm sure he's seen some money off of this. You know, he didn't do a direct deal with 50, but there was documentaries and stuff down the line. Now there is rumors that he will be working with 50, and this is where Big Meech is coming in right now. He's trying to him and his brother don't get along. So Terry and Big Meech don't get along. They haven't really talked too much. They have love for each other, but they don't get along. They don't like each other, but they love each other, if that makes any sense. So he's been trying to get to his brother and kind of talk business wise, like discouraging him from going direct with 50 Cent, because the ultimate move would be for 50 Cent to continue BMF with Terry and tell his story and how it's linked to BMF in Atlanta. And you could kind of focus on Terry's role and allude to a lot of the stuff Meech was doing. And if he needed Little Meech to do some parts in that, he has no choice. He has nothing else going on for himself. You know, he's not a rapper. He's nothing else, you know? So anyways,
that's fucked up. You see how they try to fucking use Meech the Dada, like, oh yeah, we gotta fuck with you. If you gonna have to have no choice but to fuck with us, the Dada. So you can fuck with us, but don't fuck with nobody else, the Dada. But you can fuck with us here and there, the Dada. We really don't actually fuck with you, the Dada. So that's fucked up. And it seems like that's why Jermaine Dupri, everybody's picking sides, the Dada. Everybody's picking sides. They just use people for certain shit, the Dada. So Jermaine Dupri pulled up, you know what I'm saying, to Big Meech, the Dada. He did pull up to Big Meech, the Dada. But 50 Jermaine Dupri don't fuck around with Dr. Dre. I think him and Dr. Dre got some beef, the Dada. We gonna get into that, the Dada. And 50 Cent fucks with the Eminem and Dr. Dre and all that shit, the Dada. So we gonna see what's up. I think Jermaine Dupri beefing with Eminem. I'm not too sure. We gonna get into that.
Terry it doesn't want to speak to Big Meech, especially with all these allegations around him where his assistant was a snitch and he was feeding her information or trying to set up Cuffy with a Suarez guy he met in jail. That's the word. She's corroborated that. She's admitted to working with Keith Cromer, a federal agent. It's also very suspicious how she was working with the agent that arrested them in the first place. So Big Meech is trying to tell Terry, hey, team up with me and let's go tell our story a different way. But 50 has the bag, 50 has the connections. And let's be honest, if this story was hot, somebody would have done it already. Okay. 50 Cent didn't acquire the life rights to the Big Meech until 2016. And the show didn't even come out till like 2019, 2020. Somewhere in that range right there. So I think it was 2020. And nobody wanted to do this story before then. And, you know, Big Meech and BMF has been legendary in the music industry. So I don't know who would want to pick it up after that or do a different story. I mean, you could say Mayweather, but Mayweather's been lying about having buildings and stuff. Like, he's not telling the complete truth that he's a part of a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust with other people that have a ton of money, and they're acquiring real estate for long-term investments. Rick Ross is doing the same exact thing. Okay. Rick Ross sold, have you seen him promote a Wingstop, or have you seen him promote a Checkers or anything? No, because he sold them all. He sold his music catalog too. He has no interest in music, really. He has that one artist that he's pushing right now, and that's not even working, you know? So anyways, Rick Ross can't help Big Meech. He has no ties to TV or anything, and it's not easy to get a reputation in television. It's pretty closed off. And then Floyd Mayweather has no interest in helping him. He's worried about his real estate portfolio with the REIT and doing those types of things. So really, I think these guys are just screwed. I mean, either Terry's going to go with 50 Cent and continue the story and continue to tell the story, or Big Meech is going to get in Terry's ear and discourage him from doing anything of the sort and kind of teaming up against 50 Cent. He's been very quiet. Terry's been very quiet. And Big Meech has been loud through pictures and loud through posts and loud through his son. But Terry has kind of like remained low key, and it's very telling of why these guys got locked up. Who is the loud, flashy one? It's Big Meech. Okay, you guys forget billboards going up, music, cars, nightlife lifestyle that was very loud, shootings and all that brought a different kind of attention onto BMF, and just labeling it BMF with having chains and billboards and everything brought a different kind of attention from the feds, and it essentially started a investigation against Terry and Big Meech and everyone else. And then all you needed was a few snitches to fall, which happened, and that was that. So we'll see how this all plays out. But the Tammy Callens documentary is supposed to drop soon. Yeah, I mean, he says he's going to drop it right along with this last season, or this last season as we know it, because it might just be BMF for this season, and then he might continue it as BMF something. Telling the best way to do it is to tell Terry as the boss, which was really the case. Terry was the smart one, the boss, and
but Terry got
was the persistent one.
If Terry was the boss of that, but they say that Terry got everybody knocked up on those wiretaps, them that is how he's a smart boss.
And you need both of those together to make what they had, you know. So, I mean, I'm not taking away from anything great that these guys did. I mean, it's not great, like in a sense.
That's different, Adana. So boom. So Jermaine Dupri pops up, right? So, but Jermaine Dupri, he's beefing with, like, that's why Reggie Wright and Suge and Suge Knight, Adana's coming at BMF Big Meech. So everybody's picking sides, Adana. It's like a big, everybody's picking sides, Adana. So 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, fucks with Dr. Dre, Jermaine Dupri, is beefing. They already had beef, I'm thinking. I think like Dr. Dre and Jermaine Dupri already was beefing, so we're gonna see.
California named Andre Young would begin DJing at a club under the DJ name Dr. J, which was paying homage to his favorite basketball player, Julius Erving. At the club, Young would meet an aspiring rapper we would later know as DJ Yella. Soon, he would adopt the name Dr. Dre as a mix of Dr. J and his own first name. Dre would join the world-class Wrecking Crew, which was an electro-hip-hop group in the Los Angeles area. In 1985, they dropped their debut album, World Class, on August 4th. They followed up with their second album, Wrapped in Romance, the next year in 1986. This would be the group's final album, and after this, Dr. Dre and DJ Yella left the group. Dre and Yella would eventually meet rapper Ice Cube and Eazy-E, where they would form the legendary group known as NWA. In 1992, Dre left NWA to pursue a solo career. On December 15th, 1992, Dre dropped his debut album, The Chronic. This album would become an instant classic, and at this point in Dr. Dre's young career, he was already solidified as one of the best artists and producers in the game. During this time, another producer by the name of Jermaine Dupri was getting his career as a producer started. In 1990, Dupri produced his first act, which was a female hip-hop trio named Silk Times Leather. In 1991, Dupri later formed the teen rap duo Criss Cross after meeting them at a local mall, and in 1992, the group's debut album, Totally Crossed Out, was released. This album would go on to go multi-platinum, featuring hits like Jump and Warm It Up, which were both produced by Jermaine Dupri. Dupri's career was off to a very promising start, and in 1993, he formed his own label, So So Def. Throughout the 90s, Dupri would produce multi-platinum records and work with artists like Mariah Carey, Lil' Kim, and he even produced several tracks for a young Usher. On November 16th, 1999, Dr. Dre dropped his second album, 2001, which was a massively successful album, selling 516,000 copies first week, and featured smash hits like The Next Episode and one of the greatest, most known rap songs of all time, Still Dre. This beef would officially begin in 2002, but how exactly did this beef start? In the November 2001 issue of XXL, Jermaine Dupri did an interview, And in this interview, he would say that nobody can do what he does as far as producing. During this, he would name drop Timbaland and Dr. Dre when he said, in quotes, "That's my mentality music-wise. Whether it be Puff or anybody that people want to call my competition, I will take them out, hands down. Ain't nobody in the industry that could do what I do. Not Dre, not Timbaland, not nobody." Dr. Dre and Timbaland saw these remarks and got pissed. So in April 2002, they actually both told MTV that they contemplated dropping a diss track at Jermaine Dupri titled Papa Smurf, saying, well, it was a few negative things that Jermaine Dupri said about us in the XXL magazine, so we were going to make a song dedicated to him. He said me or Timbaland can't do what he does. I thought that was kind of crazy. That was cocky. He was just at my studio maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that asking me to do a song with him, so I found that really funny. During this time, Eminem was rolling out his next album called The Eminem Show, so he began dropping singles. Later that month, on April 29th, 2002, Eminem's song Without Me was released to radio. On the B-side of the single was a track called Say What You Say, which was not only produced by Dr. Dre, but it featured Dr. Dre as well. On this track, Dr. Dre would officially take to wax to diss Jermaine Dupri. On the first verse, Eminem asked about Jermaine Dupri and the comments he made back in November 2001 on his XXL interview. Dre says that Jermaine doesn't belong speaking his or Timbaland's name.
But what about Jermaine? Fuck Jermaine. He don't belong speaking mine or Timbaland's name.
Dre then says that he's been seeing what Jermaine has been saying about him in his interviews.
And don't think I don't read your little interviews and see what you're saying.
Dre then mocks Jermaine Dupri for his height of 5'4", saying that he's going to step on him and not even know it, and goes on to call him Mini-Me, which is a reference to the character Mini-Me from the Austin Powers franchise, basically saying that Jermaine Dupri is a smaller wannabe Dr. Dre.
When I see you, I'ma step on you and not even know it, you midget. Mini-Me with a bunch of little mini-yous.
Dre then closes out the verse, saying that he sold 80 million records without 10 or 11-year-olds, referencing how Jermaine Dupri worked with child stars in the past.
Over 80 million records sold, and I ain't have to do it with 10 or 11-year-olds.
At the end of the track, there's an audio of a phone call with Timbaland with a message for Jermaine Dupri.
Yo, this Timbaland. Tell him I said suck my dick.
About a week later, in early May of 2002, Jermaine Dupri would respond with his own diss track where Jermaine goes at Dr. Dre and throws shots at Eminem as well.
You little gay ass mark. All you can say about me is that I'm short, but my dough is long. Dr. Dre,
you know, when people get on boats, everything sort of changes. It just kind of depends on how nautical you want to be, right?
DJ K-Slay mixtape, Say What You Say. And on this mixtape was a freestyle with Eminem and Exhibit. At the end of the verse, Eminem has some words for Jermaine Dupri as he introduces Exhibit to the track.
Exhibit Blaze, little gay midget.
After that, Exhibit just completely destroys Jermaine Dupri on his verse.
Hey Jermaine, who's you gonna ride today? Couldn't wait to get the green light from Dr. Dre. Never liked your ass any goddamn way.
Jermaine Dupri wouldn't respond, and later that month, on May 26, 2002, Eminem dropped his album, The Eminem Show, to which the track Say What You Say appeared on the album, and the Jermaine Dupri disses were, of course, kept on this album. This beef would go quiet, but in late 2003, a bootleg compilation album of leaked, unreleased Eminem songs called Straight From The Lab would make its way to the public. On this is a track called Cannabitch, which was primarily a diss aimed at Cannabis during Eminem and Cannabis's feud. On this track, Eminem decided to throw some jabs at Jermaine Dupri when he fictionally runs over Jermaine Dupri with a car and goes back to stomp him with Dr. Dre.
So we're off to Toronto when we're gaining speed. What was that? Jermaine Dupri. Keep going, no time to waste. Wait, back up, hit him one more time in case. Okay, fuck, now he's dragging under the car. Oh well, only 30 more thousand miles. Suddenly discover a dead man's arm from a midget. Reaches out from under the car. This motherfucker won't die neither. Dre starts spraying him with cans of ether. We stomp the bitch and then stomp the bitch again. Detroit, talk some shit again. Stomp him, switch feet, stomp him, switch again. Dre, alright, he's dead, dog. We're kicking him.
Jermaine Dupri didn't respond, and eventually Dr. Dre and Jermaine Dupri would make amends. Fast forward to 2013, Jermaine Dupri did an interview where he would recall his past beef with Dr. Dre, saying that back then he was cocky, but he still, to this day, believes that he was telling the truth.
A younger JD, I was super cocky. You know, I would tell people, you know, things like, if you put me, Dre, and Timbaland in the same studio at the same time, I'll come out with a song first. And I still believe that to this day, by the way. But I just was, I was popping off, and they was being egotistical as well, and it was just ego. It's just a thing like that. But as time got older, people say I'm the best at what I do, and I feel like Dr. Dre is the best producer in hip hop ever. You know what I mean? And I told him that, and it really made me mad when I really was mad when they was trying to beef with me, because I'm like, here's some people I really like, and y'all want to say something about me, I'm gonna find the most dirtiest thing I could possibly say about it.
So Jermaine Dupri actually beefing with these niggas, Dundada, and he goes to whose house? Big Meech's crib, Dundada. That's different. That's different, bro. That's different, bro. And he started it, saying, you know what I'm saying? He started it. Now, he could say, but why would you say you're better than them? I mean, you could say you're better, you're the best, but you're the best in the hip-hop game and shit like that. But you saying that you're better than them is a whole situation now, Gigi. And that's the problem. That's actually the problem, Gigi. This nigga Dr. Dre mentioned Dr. Dre like he's supposed to be mediocre, GG. So, man, you better get your shit together.
Dr. Dre, what's up?
Eminem. My name is Jermaine Dupri. What's up?
Versus Timbaland. Tell him I said suck my ear.
This is the truth behind that little altercation. That's all I call it. Altercation. Listen, this was pretty nuts. This is back at the time when Dr. Dre and Eminem were at the apex of the hip-hop game. The Eminem phenomenon was large. Aftermath was in full effect. They just sold like 10 million records off of the Marshall Mathers LP. Eminem's working on a movie. He's got the Eminem show coming out, and they ruling. But in the course of that, it was people making a lot of noise and having a lot of success at the time. Jermaine Dupri, who had Janet Jackson, he was doing all his stuff with Chris Cross from The Brat and Bow Wow. He selling millions of records, just writing for people. Even his own album he released was successful. Jermaine Dupri successfully made a name for himself, especially as a songwriter and creator and a producer. So in an interview, when they were talking about him and Dr. Dre and everybody else, he was like, man, people forget the interview where he says, I respect these guys and I love these guys. They're Dr. Dre and them. These are some of the best guys. He named them as that, as such, in the interview. And all he said was that if you put me, Timbaland, and Dr. Dre in a room, I would have a song done first. Which is true. He would have a song done first. It might not be the best song out of all of them, but his song will be completed before them. I believe that. There was nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But Eminem read it in the magazine. He read the interview. He went to the magazine, started flipping around and saw it and was like, oh, man, Jermaine Dupri dissing you, Dre. And they use this like, this is what we need. And they use that to be the catalyst to start a worldwide, we got a campaign of.
I mean, he should never bring him in then. He should never bring him in. He gonna bring him in and then hit him with the, you know what I'm saying, with the curveball, GG. Now, Big Meech over here. I'm saying nothing wrong, but Jermaine Dupri, he's messing with Big Meech, but Big Meech don't understand why he's messing with him. That's different.
Gonna come out because it's floating
and they trying to move it. It's coming out.
Your boy 42 Doug
Shout out to
responds
42,
to 50
man.
Cent. 42 Doug responds and says, man, show me the paperwork that he's a rat or shut the fuck up talking to me about it. You
Things between 50 Cent and Big Meech are getting out of control, and Meech's side just turned up the heat. So it all went down on February 25th when 50 hopped on IG and dropped some supposed legal documents claiming they proved Big Meech had some level of cooperation with a federal informant. The paperwork originally came from social media personality 1090 Jake, and according to 50, it shows how Tammy Cowens allegedly took info from Meech and helped the feds take down some heavy-hitting TFickers. This isn't just internet gossip. Real names, real cases, real consequences.
In here with a 27-year sentence based on Demetrius Flannery, as you all know as Big Meech, and Tammy Cowens, known in the paperwork as CS1. What Big Meech did was call a third-party cooperation. So Tammy Cowens signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut, plain and simple.
Then came 42 Doug. Allegedly, when Meech got out, Doug gave him $100,000, and 50 was not feeling that. He went straight to IG, classic petty mode activated, and called Doug out saying that money should have gone to his own people instead of Meech. And of course, he didn't just say it. He made sure the world knew, posting something along the lines of, "Your daddy, my ninja. I love you and cheese cause of Q, but you made a mistake giving Screech $100K. You could have given that to your ninjas. You always been hard-headed. WTF." Doug wasn't about to let that slide, though. He clapped back on his IG stories, standing by Meech and making it very clear that nobody was going to turn him against Detroit. And when blogs started running with the whole $100K story, Doug shut it down, calling it straight up fake news. Then, just when you thought it couldn't get messier, 50 dropped some texts, and the streets had been waiting for this. The messages basically said that Cuffy's nephew had an audio recording of him, 42 Doug, and Big Meech on a three-way call. And apparently, that conversation went left real fast.
The audio's gonna come out because it's floating and they trying to move it. It's coming out.
When the audio finally leaked, it was exactly the drama everyone expected. In the call, Bay was pressing Meech hard, asking the questions everybody wanted answers to. Like, why was Meech still rocking with Tammy Cowens after everything that went down with Cuffy? If she really snitched and helped the feds take down BMF associates, why hadn't Meech cut her off? Instead of clearing things up, Meech got defensive. He basically said he didn't owe anybody an explanation. Not Bay, not the streets, nobody. And if people really thought he was snitching, they needed to show the paperwork.
He said he keeps saying he don't got to explain himself, but he guilty for sure.
Well, guess what? 50 already claimed to have that paperwork locked and loaded, but Bay wasn't letting up. He kept pressing Meech, especially about never disowning Tammy despite her alleged role in Cuffy's case. And listen, Bay had some valid points, because a lot of people have been side-eyeing Meech for never publicly addressing Tammy's involvement. Then when Bay really started going off, Meech straight up hung up the call. And let's be real, that's not a good look. After the audio hit the streets, Bay sat down for a 30-minute interview with Dogface TV, where he went even deeper into the drama. He claimed Meech knew exactly what Tammy was doing and that the snitching allegations were all about a deal. According to him, Meech was supposed to get a reduced sentence in exchange for Tammy working with the feds.
She shouldn't know. Well, it's not so much he pillow talked. He put them together. He put her with Cuffy, her with Soros, but that's not pillow talking. He's directly putting them together.
And there's paperwork backing that up. The legal docs reportedly show that Tammy met Dion Cuffy through Meech, which is how Cuffy got caught up in this mess. And it gets worse. Meech also allegedly connected Fidel Suarez with Tammy, which means multiple people got wrapped up in this whole third-party cooperation situation. While Meech might have gotten some benefits from it, Cuffy ended up with a sentence. That's why people are calling Meech a rat. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been keeping all the receipts, airing out anybody aligned with his enemies. And guess what? Big Meech and his son Lil Meech have been seen hanging out with 50's longtime rivals. So how did 50 respond? You already know. Straight to Instagram, throwing all the shade. He dropped more cryptic posts, made jokes, and kept firing shots at Meech and his family. But what really had people talking was 50 hinting at a tell-all documentary about BMF, featuring Tammy Cowens. If that actually happens, it's going to blow the lid off this entire situation. And let's not forget, 50 has been going at Lil Meech hard, even leaking messages where Lil Meech was trying to stay on his good side. 50 even threatened to drop him from the BMF show entirely. Oh, and he didn't stop there. He kept pushing those substance abuse allegations, claiming producers and cast members had seen the same thing, and even accused Big Meech of enabling his son's behavior. This whole situation just keeps getting messier, and it's nowhere near settling down. The streets want answers, B-Bay is turning up the heat, and 50 is out here exposing paperwork that supposedly lays everything out. Now let's get into the dirty details. Back when the Black Mafia family was moving serious weight, they had BMF Entertainment running as a music label, except it wasn't really about the music. It was a front to launder money, and while the label promoted multiple artists, the only one actually signed to BMF was Blue Da Vinci. At one point, around 263 BMF members ended up getting indicted, supposedly.
263 members get indicted.
Yeah, that's
so affiliated with BMF.
Yeah, I told people it was about 300 people, man. So people were still getting indicted when I left and went to jail.
But Blue, he managed to stay free for over a year before the feds finally scooped him up. The charges against him weren't about being a big-time player. He was accused of handling shipments, unloading kilos, and counting cash at stash houses in Atlanta. Eventually, he got hit with a 5-year, 4-month prison sentence, plus another 5 years of supervised release. But here's where things get dicey. Over the years, a lot of BMF members started throwing accusations at Blue, saying he snitched to get a lighter sentence. One of the loudest voices, Dexter Sosa Hussey, a former BMF logistics guy who served 12 years for TF-icking and money laundering. Now, Sosa wasn't just some low-level dude. He was moving 150 kilo loads at a time, coordinating with cartels, and making sure everything ran smoothly across the country. He was so deep in the game, he even studied police patrol patterns and traffic flow just to keep the product moving without getting caught.
The drugs would get dropped off in LA, and then you would make sure they get delivered to wherever they need to get
Wherever
delivered
they had to go.
And you had been doing this for years at this point.
Yes.
And when he spoke on Vlad TV, he made it clear. He believed Blue Da Vinci cooperated.
Did Blue Da Vinci cooperate or no?
Yeah, he cooperated. I mean, I didn't say it. It was in Miss Mara Shalhoub's book, where his own lawyer said, yeah.
Turns out he had a reason for thinking that. If you look at Blue's sentencing transcripts, it's all spelled out. When Blue was called up in court, his own lawyer basically put him on blast, telling the judge that, yes, Blue did try to cooperate with the feds. He was debriefed, but the government ultimately decided he didn't have any useful info that could help take down the rest of BMF. So did he technically snitch? Well, it's complicated. He definitely tried to, but since his info didn't actually hurt anyone, some argue that he didn't really cross the line. Sosa and others, though, say that even confirming things other informants had already said still counts as cooperating, and they weren't about to let that slide. Blue, on the other hand, insists that even Big Meech once accused him of snitching but later apologized for it. Regardless, the damage was done. His name was permanently stained. But here's the twist. Blue Da Vinci would eventually flip the script and drop paperwork on Big Meech. In a 2023 interview with Cam Capone, Blue brought out receipts exposing Tammy Cowens, and that's where things really started getting crazy.
You're talking about Tammy Cowens, right?
Yeah, Tammy Cowan.
Okay, now
She's a co-producer of the BMF Stars TV show.
Okay, and you're saying
Mine.
Okay, so I'm on the page right now.
Yeah, it's 32 pages or something.
Tammy wasn't just some random person, she was Big Meech's assistant, someone he trusted while he was locked up. She stayed in contact with him through phone calls and letters, and with Meech looking at years behind bars, he made a huge business decision. He signed over his life rights to Tammy. That meant she owned the rights to his life story and could turn it into a multi-million-dollar deal. But that wasn't the only move Meech made from prison. While inside, he met a guy named Fidel Suarez, who owned a trucking company out in California. Now Suarez had already been investigated and even arrested for drug trafficking back in 2005 and 2009. But he never got convicted. Meech saw an opportunity and used Tammy to connect Suarez with a lifelong friend of his, Dion Cuffy Gatling, a major player in the St. Louis drug scene. What Meech and Cuffy didn't know, Tammy was a federal informant. She was literally reporting everything back to the feds. According to paperwork, Tammy had been working as a confidential informant CS1 for the Atlanta DEA since 2009, helping take down major figures in the drug game.
Tammy Cowan signed up to be a DEA informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut.
One of her first targets was a legendary Atlanta kingpin named Terry White. Her info led to his conviction in a money laundering case.
In 2010, she did a case that was pertaining to a guy that Meech met in prison and one of Meech's homeboys of 26 years.
Now, Tammy Cowens wasn't your typical informant. She had no criminal record, wasn't a drug user, wasn't out for money, and wasn't trying to reduce a sentence. Instead, it seems like she was out for revenge after Terry White unknowingly had her laundering money for him. At first, she wasn't even a paid informant, but one of the agents put her in for a reward, a percentage of the property seized in the case. When all was said and done, she walked away with $55,000 for helping put Terry White behind bars. Here's the wild part. Tammy wasn't just some associate. In 2011, while Meech was behind bars, he allegedly asked her to help set up a snow deal through Suarez. He had her connect Suarez with Cuffy. But instead of keeping it quiet, Tammy ran straight to the feds, claiming Meech had her coordinate the whole thing while still in prison. Now you'd think that would land Meech in even more trouble, right? But for some reason, he was never indicted for any of this. And later, when Tammy had to testify at a hearing, she straight up denied that Meech had any role in drug trafficking or that he ever told her to connect Suarez with Cuffy. That's when the feds started realizing she might not be as credible as they thought. And it only got worse when they found out she was sleeping with the federal agent assigned to her case.
They admitted that they had this relationship and everything, so it was the whole case. Now it's infidelity in the case. They can't take the statements and more because she didn't the agent. You feel me? So they threw it out.
So why did Tammy suddenly start covering for Meech? Well, wiretaps tied Cuffy to the murders of 2 informants, and she had already snitched on his drug operations, leading to his indictment in 2014. But when Cuffy's legal team started filing motions, Tammy panicked. She realized people might figure out she was the informant. Scared for her life, she even drove to Louisiana, trying to meet Meech in prison to explain herself. They didn't meet in person, but when they talked, Meech wasn't mad. He just didn't want his name mixed up in the mess. That had people wondering, did he already know? Tammy scrambled to fix things, claiming the wiretaps were fake, saying Meech had nothing to do with it, and even blaming a jealous DEA agent for setting him up. But the feds weren't buying it. She had lost all credibility. In the end, Cuffy got slammed with 27 years in prison. And Meech, he's all out here, getting dragged for all these allegations flying left and right. And with 50 Cent out here exposing paperwork and threatening to tell everything, this story is far from over.
That's different than Dada. So I thought 50 Cent be beef. I thought 50 Cent fuck with Dr. Dre, the Dada. So I guess Dr. Dre and 50 got their own little situation going on.
50 Cent's career. While the New York rapper clearly had talent, it was Drake and especially Eminem who gave him his breakthrough on the big stage, signing him to Shady Records, an imprint of Dre's Aftermath Entertainment. It would prove an immensely successful partnership, catapulting 50 into the mainstream. While despite his music taking a backseat nowadays, he remains one of hip-hop's most identifiable figures. However, 50's relationship with Dre has been complicated, one characterized by ups and downs and ultimately held together by a desire to make money and mutual respect. 50 and Dre's relationship goes back to 2002, when Eminem heard 50's mixtape, Guess Who's Back, after it was sent by 50's attorney. Eminem was immediately impressed and invited 50 down to LA to meet with Dre, who was equally impressed. Straight away, 50 and Dre began working together in the studio, and in a 2002 interview, Dre recalls being blown away by 50's talent. 50, in my opinion, is one of the most incredible artists I've worked with in the studio as far as writing and basic performance. He came in, every track I...
You know what? We're going to get back to that, because 50 Cent's beefing with Dre and shit like that. But at the end of the day, let's see how Detroit actually feels. Let's see how Detroit actually feels about 50 Cent saying that Big Meech is around, whatever the case may be. Then we could get back to 50 Cent beefing with Drake, because
all the jokes, all the bullshit on Twitter, all that has come to this point. We need to have a talk.
Detroit, what up? Pulling up against JC. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm coming to him. He better get special.
But y'all believe this will finally stop running. Definitely the right time. Definitely the wrong.
You better get real inspirational.
Let me, man, chill out. Break my father's heart right here when you say shit like that. What's your thoughts on, I've heard you speak about it a little bit in spaces, but with the whole, Big Meech and 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Him coming
50
out.
a troll, man.
Okay.
50 a troll, and I think 50, when he in destruction mode, he ready to destroy at any cost. I don't feel like no real Detroit give a fuck about none of that shit.
Okay.
We don't look at Meech like the rest of the world look at Meech after what 50 did. We don't look at Meech like that.
I still look at him as Big Meech.
For sure, because we one thing about Detroit niggas, we know. Because everybody you know is a street or know a street or around the street. Everybody is in the streets in Detroit. Ain't no good parts of Detroit.
Okay.
The whole motherfucker is the streets. You know what I'm saying? So one thing we know at home, if you ain't got no paperwork on you, bro, all that shit talking this third party, listen, bro.
Yeah, that's basically what
If you tell it on somebody, bro, I don't fuck with nobody talking about. You're gonna be able to find it.
Right.
I don't care what she said, he said, they said, we said. I don't care what you talking about.
Right.
You're gonna be able to find it. You gotta make a statement. You gotta go tell on them. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't feel like that's a strong enough case where people trying to actually indict him as being a cooperator of any kind?
Bro, this is just the world we live in today. It's 2025, bro. We live in a world where I feel like Big Meech, I feel like his situation was so fucked up in the world that we live in today.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like by him and T coming home so far apart, motherfuckers already gave that love to T because he came home already. Now, black people hate black people, bro. I don't mean to be trying to sound all conscious on this bitch, but we hate ourselves, bro. Motherfucker want any reason to do the shit they do in the Meech. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, motherfucker want any reason, bro. Motherfucker been praising this man for 30 years.
Right.
Can't wait to free Big Meech. Motherfuckers, everybody rapping about all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get any inkling to switch up and be funny on the gram and get some likes and some laughs, you know what I'm saying? I saw a motherfucker on the gram comment under Big Meech page and said, this nigga dressed like he did 10 years in prison. That was the craziest comment I ever heard, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, he did 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
10
weird.
years in prison.
Yeah.
Nigga, he dressed like a nigga that did 30 years in prison. That was a fucking boss.
Right.
Why you worried about any of that?
Right.
Today, we're covering how to take control of your credit. Let's start by downloading.
So Detroit y'all talking about Detroit. Detroit still got the Big Meech back, the dollar.
What do you think about the
They're not
damage,
hearing
though?
nothing.
Like, somebody like 50 Cent bringing it up, like that's the only reason I feel like people are going that hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's one of those situations, Meech just like, damn, I had to, you know what I'm saying? This is the first thing I had to go through since I came home. I feel like he headstrong. I feel like any nigga that could sit in the box for 30 years,
yeah, that shit,
he gonna figure it out.
Especially social media.
Yeah, social media wasn't here when he left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And when I mean social
he don't
media,
know how to play the game back right now.
Exactly. And what I mean social media is people really sometimes think social media is real life.
Yeah.
There's a true disconnection between real life and social
Totally
media.
different thing.
That's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, because just to kind of tie in with Clone, Bad News, whoever, like, or Slade, whoever people have, like Adi Boom. One thing I can say is, in real life, these guys can come in these buildings and do what they need to do, earn their money, work, and whatever. This might be an angle for people, battle rap, this, that, and the third. But at the same time, there is still a different energy when it comes to real life. People are not coming up to these people and saying what y'all seen people say online.
Exactly.
It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, people can say, oh, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying that is, what you see on social media ain't always a reflection of what's really happening in real life.
No, it's not at all. And when it comes to Big Meech, I just feel like long as Detroit with Big Meech, none of that other shit matter.
Gotcha.
That's how we look at it. You know what I'm saying? Long as Meech got Detroit, don't none of that other shit matter, bro. You know.
I know that had to be a little tough for you to just watch and people doing that, and I'm sure
it's
your
like
league, the name, and the association and things like that.
It's like it's like one of them situations you got to just sit back and weather the storm because you can't beat the internet. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know it ain't no paperwork with you telling on no nigga, just weather the storm. Because you know your city, you know how Detroit is. We got it. You don't have the paperwork. It don't even matter.
On the segment.
That's it. Nothing else matters, bro. Right. We don't care about all that shit, bro. Show that shit.
Detroit
show my man
people like that.
Or get the fuck out my face, bro. Because in our city, bro, we don't even play like that. We get smoked. Talk about a nigga told on somebody that ain't told on nobody. You get smoked for that, bro. Like, that's not, that ain't cool.
Right.
But like I say, until I see that with my eyes, I could never disrespect a legend like that. I could never disrespect a nigga that I seen come from nothing to, you know what I'm saying, figuring it out. Ain't nobody figure it out like Meech. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, a lot of people just be talking about, just selling dope to the.
Hey, he figured it out, Dada. You gotta like it's not really that serious, bro. You gotta let niggas figure it out, Dada. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas go their own path. After niggas been down for so long, niggas turn their back on them for the dumbest shit, Dada. Niggas be like, yo, you know what? He just going the righteous way.
Hey, which rapper would you rather beef with, Kendrick Lamar or 50 Cent? Good answer, because it doesn't matter who you choose, you're screwed either way. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Hold on, I saw what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. What 50 Cent do? Well, you see, it's not about what he's done to the people he's beefed with. It's about what he's doing to the people he's beefed with. Because you see, when you start beefing with 50 Cent, you beefing for life. He will never stop, which is why Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has a problem. He has so many beefs with so many people, including some of the most dangerous crime lords on the planet, which is where our story begins. Meet Big Meech, founder and leader of the Black Mafia family, aka BMF, which at one point was one of the biggest criminal organizations in the US. Now, something important to note is BMF was really popular in hip hop culture, which is adjacent to Black culture. But something even more important to note is when I say popular, I do not mean celebrated. I mean more like infamous, kind of like the Yakuza or the Italian Mafia. Now, Big Meech and BMF eventually get taken down by federal agents, but when something like this happens, eventually people are going to be knocking on your door to make a movie, which is where 50 Cent comes in. You see, he produces movies and TV shows. So he says, hey, Big Meech. Big Meech says, 50 Cent says, hey, let's make a movie or TV show about your life. Big Meech says, oh, that's a good idea. But that might be a little complicated. Because you see, listen closely. Apparently, Big Meech signed his life rights away to a woman named Tammy Cohen. Now, what life rights are is basically the right to make a book, a TV show, a movie about someone's life. And again, Big Meech signed his life rights over to Tammy Cohen. We'll talk about why in a second. But first, back to 50 Cent. He goes to Tammy. He says, hey, Big Meech and I, we're trying to make a TV show. He said, you got his life rights. She said, I do got his life rights. He said, okay, well, can we make this TV show? She says, for sure. And well, they make the TV show. It's a hit. Big Meech is played by his son, Lil Meech. Everything's running smoothly. But here's where things start to get wicked. Big Meech gets released from prison. Remember this picture I showed you earlier? Does that look like jail to you? You're not paying attention. Lock in. Everybody said, yo, Big Meech is out. And then people said, yo, Big Meech is out. I got people thinking, one of the biggest crime lords, how did he get released? Federal agents, what did he do again? Federal agents said, nothing too crazy. He worked with the cartel, allegedly had people sold about 300 million in, yeah. People said, whoa, Nelly, that sounds like a life sentence. And he still look alive. Because you see, the thing is, he was only in jail for 15 years. He got a 30-year sentence. Only did 15. Now, I don't know how good your math is, but that's only half the time.
He did 20, first of all. 20 done.
When someone gets out that early for such big crimes, people usually think they snitched, giving up other people so they can get out early. Now, we're going to put whether he snitched or not to the side as well. It'll make more sense as the story goes. What do we have on the side so far? We have, why did Big Meech sign his life rights away? And is Big Meech a snitch or not? Keep those questions in the back of your mind. Okay, so Big Meech out of prison. Again, people are questioning if he's a snitch, but it's not like a huge deal. Big Meech suddenly pops up in a picture with Rick Ross. Rick Ross says, yo, Big Meech home. We're going to do a welcome home Big Meech concert. Everyone goes, whoa, but damn. One of the many people 50 Cent is beefing with is Rick Ross. Apparently, 50 Cent looked at Rick Ross funny at an award show, and they've hated each other ever since. 50 Cent said, oh, Big Meech, you going to take pictures with people that I don't like? Okay, everybody, Big Meech is a snitch. Everybody said, excuse me? 50 Cent said, y'all heard me, Big Meech is a tattletale. Big Meech said, I usually don't address this kind of stuff, but I'm not a tattletale. 50 Cent tripping. 50 Cent said, well, I'm tripping. Why don't we just ask Tammy if I'm tripping? Remember, Tammy has Big Meech's life rights. So 50 Cent plays an audio recording of Tammy saying, yeah, let's just tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. 50 Cent said the truth being that Tammy and Big Meech started having problems. So Tammy,
heartburn got you stressing more and sleeping less?
Damn, man, they fucked the nigga. I feel like they did Big Meech dirty, Dundada. First of all, they told him to sell his life rights, Dundada. They sell his life rights, Dundada. He sells his life rights to Tammy, Dundada. So he didn't really want to fuck with Tammy, Dundada. Now she owns his life rights. He gave up his life rights. They war with him, and then they was chilling with him, and then they tarnish him after the fact, Dundada. That's different. Different type of war.
hey, truth is, Big Meech is a snitch. And then him and Tammy are going to make a documentary about how exactly Big Meech did the snitching. But essentially, the story goes that Big Meech did something called third-party snitching. That he got someone that he loved and trusted with everything to snitch for him. That someone being Tammy Cohen's. Listen closely. People guess that the reason that Tammy owns Big Meech's life rights is Big Meech might have said something like, hey, Tammy, if you go snitch for me, I'll give you my life rights. It's going to be worth a lot of money. Or Big Meech might have gave her his life rights and said, you see how much I love and trust you? Can you snitch for me? Either way, the result is Tammy snitches for him. But okay, here's the tricky part. The snitching actually didn't work. Tammy was apparently caught watching Netflix, if you don't know what that means, look in the comments, with the federal agent that she was snitching to. The judge said, hey, yo, the deal does not count. Snitching off the table. A federal agent said, why? The judge said, are you stupid? How do we know if you were doing your job honestly or if you were just trying to get favors from Tammy? Federal agent said, oh, that's a good point. All right, I'm going to turn to my badge. Now, even though the snitching did not work, Big Meech got out early anyway. According to the courts, it was simply because Big Meech didn't cause any problems in prison and he seemed to really turn his life around. It also might be because we treat drug offenses less harshly than we used to back then when the war on drugs was like at its height. Now, 50 Cent's point is basically, even though Big Meech didn't get out for snitching, he still snitched. It didn't work for him, but he still did it. Sure, he got out on good behavior, but again, he still tried to snitch on everyone. Big Meech again saying that is not true. I didn't snitch. I did my time. And to be fair to Big Meech, there's so many hidden parts to the story that haven't been revealed. So far, people can only speculate as to whether he snitched or not. So far, everybody kind of has their own take. But again, Big Meech saying, don't listen to 50 Cent. I did not snitch. Rick Ross said, yeah, 50. Matter of fact, you don't know who you messing with, 50. That's Big Meech. Me and Big Meech finna do a movie our damn selves. 50 Cent said, Rick Ross. Rick Ross said, oh. 50 said, I wouldn't do that because in fact, I own the life rights. Big Meech said, but I gave my life rights to Tammy Cohen. The TikToker said it himself. 50 Cent said, yeah, but then she sold them to me. So now I'm finna make a story about how you snitching. Yes, in a surprising twist, 50 Cent reveals that he now, in fact, owns Big Meech's life rights, meaning that he owns the rights to Big Meech's life story. And imagine if your op owns the rights to your life story. That's tough. Rick Ross said, damn, bro, that's tough. But don't worry, we still finna do a benefit concert for you, Big Meech. We finna get it popping. Well, it turns out the venue canceled the concert because apparently it didn't sell enough tickets, which makes sense. Remember what I said earlier, Big Meech and BMF are more infamous, not celebrated. People aren't going, whoa, Big Meech is home, let me go see him in concert. People mostly just don't care. Rick Ross said, damn, all right, Meech.
You know what, we need Big Meech to break his silence. Big Meech broke his silence already. He already been mangling, dangling, chilling, smiling, living his best life. He ain't worried about all the internet gossip and the internet situation, shenanigans. That's a fact.
Exclusive interview featuring Big Meech, hosted by Jermaine Dupri. This came from Jermaine's official YouTube channel, which somehow only has 18 subscribers. Make sure you go check him out, subscribe, and let him know you came from On Point Stories. Now let's get it.
I had to make a
click like. In the clip you're about to hear from a man that claims he shot Big Meech back in the day. Get in the comments with your thoughts.
Dad found my nephew beat to death. Okay, now after me and him had a sit down with, I called my man about, the Godfather out there, because he deserved that. And me and Meech had a sit down. I said, like, look, man, you need to stop trying to build your reputation on what happened to my brother and myself, you know what I'm saying? Because how Big Meech kind of got, like I said, I'm jumping, but how Big Meech got into it when my brother got shot, he ran past me when the shooting started, and I grabbed him, and I had him for a shield, and the guy wouldn't shoot me. But when my brother was coming around the corner, they were after my brother, and that's when they shot him. Okay, now, like I said, after my nephew got killed, he sent somebody by the house like, yeah, man, Meech talking about he ain't had nothing to do with your nephew getting killed either, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm like, I done told this bitch to leave me the fuck alone, you know what I'm saying? Stop even speaking to me and shit, man, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm coming home one night. He at the Coney Island. Knowing I stayed right down the street. My man dropped me off. I'm gonna show you Coney Island, show you how far I stayed down the street from Coney Island. They partying like a motherfucker. It's like maybe 30 of them up at Coney Island partying. So, fuck this. So, like I said, I was told I went home and got some type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And came back and he was still up there. I just, but I just went to work. Damn, my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was told the guy got in the, he had a Jeep that your boy, that was the second guy that you interviewed, it was his Jeep, and he sold it to me, and me was in the Jeep, and so, like I said, I don't even remember, but I got in the Jeep with him, and they say it was like 18 times and shit. I'm like, this motherfucker so far underneath the damn dashboard, I couldn't really get to him and shit, but some people say the guy hit him in his neck and then in his stomach and shit, so that's basically, that was this, what he did was like disrespected me, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm usually a defensive person, but that right there was like an offensive move towards my way. It was like really disrespect, man. I stay right down the fucking street, take your ass somewhere else and party and shit. But that was like, yeah, I'm on Layton turf, fucking. We up here having a good goddamn time and shit. So he got his ass lit up.
Okay, and that was when Big Meech got shot.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Yeah.
Okay, and that was the same instance when your brother Elvis got killed?
That was the same. Say it again.
That was the same instance when your brother Elvis got killed?
Yeah, he was like killed about maybe like 3 months before that.
Oh, okay. So it was two different.
Yeah, before that he was dead. Yeah.
Okay, so it was two different instances. One of which where your brother got killed, and another which where Big Meech got shot.
Right, for running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know, for running his motherfucking mouth. And then after that, man, you know, everywhere I went, they just run. You know what I'm saying? You know, I go in the club, they just jump up and run, and the club owners used to get mad at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I thought they supposed to be gangsters. I don't know.
Most hated opinions. Back with some more of this industry politics. We gonna stay on this BMF documentary, these shorts. This one's called Big Meech Talks About Getting Shot.
And me and Demetrius is at the Coney Island.
We was just sitting at the Coney Island smoking a joint, you know.
Before you keep going, when they say Coney Island, I can't help but to think about like Brooklyn. Like these niggas in Detroit, and they got a Coney Island over there.
To me, it was like an eerie night because it was only me and Demetrius, and I'm saying, damn, for one, where everybody at, you know? Then Lady ride past.
When he's saying that shit like it was a setup or something, he said, where everybody at? Like,
and I say, Meech, you think we ought to leave? And he say, nah, I'm tired of running from him. Fuck him.
Nigga low-key admitted they was running from Leighton, though. He said, I'm tired of running from him, nigga. Fuck him, yeah. They low-key admitted that niggas was running from this nigga Leighton.
Next thing you know, Leighton done pulled in the Coney Island parking lot. He said, man, I ought to ram this motherfucker. I'm saying to myself, man, this little car ain't gonna do shit. Next thing you know, his window come down. And I ain't seen a gun that big.
Nigga pulled out the Maggie Long. Nigga said, I ain't seen a gun that big. Nigga said Meech was talking about I would've
He didn't have a Mag. He said he had a
nigga,
gun.
you should have did something. It saved you from a hole in your neck. Nigga talk about I should have rammed him. This nigga Leighton pulling up to clip him.
It was a big motherfucker. All you see is fire.
Sheesh.
And me and Demetrius is at the Coney Island.
Sheesh. Nigga said Leighton pulled up with the Trey Pound long nose. These niggas talking about they tired of running. They tired of running from fucking Leighton. He said he was gonna ram him. Nigga should have did something. Nigga Leighton pulled up and clipped you, nigga. And that's supposed to be behind a fight that they had. They must have had some type of fight in the club. And the fight led to Leighton's brother getting shot. And I think this was the get back for Meech and them side shooting Leighton brother. I think they killed Leighton brother too, if I'm not mistaken. I know they definitely shot him in that fight. They was fighting over some girl. Well, they was fighting over disrespect and a girl. Like the nigga, it started over some girl. Nigga, Leighton was like, oh, you think you doing something fucking with my hoe or talking to my hoe? And this nigga Meech said, fuck you. They start fighting. The shit turned into a group brawl and guns get drawn and Leighton brother gets shot. And this was
And he passed away. So shit gets real, Dada. Shit got real, Dada. Shit spilled from both sides, GG. So it's a crazy part. But BMF shows, Dada, tune in, Dada, June, Dada. It's still popping, Dada. You know what I'm saying? Life is what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's going to be simply what you make it, GG. Make sure you stay more aware than ever, Dada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You God's best kept secret. You heard? That's just what it is, Dada. Stay coherent in the shadows, Dada. Live in the most highest, Dada. And make sure you stay aware, Dada. You heard? Shout out to the whole world, Dada. Shout out to the world. And smile more.